Welcome, everyone, to the Evermorrow Podcast. I am Sean, and I will be your dungeon master for this evening's presentation. We're a group of casual gamers who tend to emphasize the role playing aspect of the role playing game. It may happen now and then that we make some mistakes in the rules here and there. Please try to be understanding. This is, for me at least, the first game I've ever DM'd. Now, since this is our first game, we should do some character introductions before we getting into the heat of things. And this campaign of Rime of the Frostmaiden, our group is known as the First Caravan. They are the first group of intrepid adventurers to make the trek to Icewind Dale in nearly 2 years, bringing with them valuable supplies for the people of 10 towns. Since getting there, they've been caught up in the horrors currently overtaking these eternally dark lands. Now, one of our members is not here today, Scott. He plays Sikaro, the Air Genasi wizard of the Divination School. He is awkward, he is terrified of everything, and I will be controlling him for today. Now, Jessica, will you do our second introduction?
My name is Jessica, and I am currently playing a Tabaxi known as Aura's Spirit. And she is Best Kitty, as she is a snow leopard. She is a wild mage and accidentally teleported herself away from her tribe. And her goal is to come back and try to find what happened to her people and her tribe. And she is the most energetic and very trusting of everyone around her. Bill, did you want to go next?
I can. I am playing Lily Lumi. She is a human druid heading into the Circle of Land for the Arctic because it seemed appropriate. She originally ventured up with the caravan because she actually wanted to research the nature of this part of the world. She had other reasons for wanting to go to a place as isolated as Icewind Dale that may or may not come out in the story. Despite being a student of nature and a sage at heart, she's also been designated by the group and some of the members of the town as the crazy one. She has some serious doubts as to legitimacy of Oril, but notes that whatever is causing the permanent winter in Icewind Dale must be stopped. And I'll pass it over to Stacy.
Name's Stacy. I play Zengarko Nora. Zengarko is a samurai dragonborn from a far-off land who has traveled to Icewind Dale to find the key to reclaiming his honor, hunting down an individual from his past. And I'll leave it now up to you, Farisai.
I'm Farisai, and I play a festive, obsessive half-orc named Nogberg. He's only up here because he was hoping for a festive wonderland, but he won't be disappointed because he's gonna make it happen. He has no concerns whatsoever with what's going on up here. Last but not least, Victoria?
So my name is Victoria. I play Seraphina Tealeaf, a fighter, Lightfoot gnome. She is actually the most recent, the reluctant member of the party. She went up to Icewind Dale before the whole angry goddess situation happened with her team of mercenaries, but she was kicked out due to some events that were definitely not her fault, even though she won't admit they were. And now she is simply looking for work and for a way to prove herself, end this whole mess, and get back to her mercenary group, hopefully.
Okay, so with that, we can get into the game itself. Now, what happened previously, this is going to be a shaved down version, because this is technically our 8th session, but the party came to Icewind Dale about 4.5 days ago in setting, and merely a day after their arrival, they found another member of their caravan had been murdered. After that, they found themselves drawn into an investigation of a serial killer that was plaguing 10 towns. After nearly losing a second member of their party, who has since mysteriously disappeared, the party tracked down the murderer, Sefik Caltro, and took him into custody. A few days later, the group have gathered for the monthly draw, where all Brinchander hold their breath and wait for the horror of the moment where they hear the speaker utter the name of the month's sacrifice to the winter goddess Oril. This month, there was a man named Forden Marrow. Party watched as the man's wife sobbed. He stared in disbelief. They were taken off with the speaker to set his affairs in order before nightfall. Zangarko and Lily, both independently, were contemplating trying to rescue the man, but Sakaro in spirit insisted against it. The party all met up with the full caravan at the Northlook Inn, and there it was decided they should focus on the task at hand. They had to stop all the town's problems, get rid of all the need to do these monthly sacrifices, and not just make things worse in the short term by stopping this one. The party did some research into Auril, into the local druids and the other exotic life outside of 10 towns up here in the north. Nogberg, not wanting to be bored, went and played at all of the different taverns in Bryn Shander, and Spirit and former leader of the caravan, Mir Silverlance, helped to teach some of the other caravan members some basics of adventuring. Well, now the day had come to an end, and the party was finishing their preparations for the next day's antics. They would travel northeast towards the Dwarven Valley to retrieve the missing Battle Hammer ore for the Black Iron Blades shop in Bryn Shander. With that, I believe we will start. It would be dawn. Everyone's just waking up in the morning, mostly in new rooms, having thankfully escaped the grand snoring of our friend Nogberg,
Stiff snoring.
and everyone's getting ready to start their day.
So Spirit's going to do her usual cat-like stretch as she wakes up and checks if Lily's awake yet.
I seem to have woken up a bit early today, preparing spells and flipping through some personal notes.
So Spirit ends up hugging Lily, kind of looking
hey.
over her shoulder. What's she doing?
Oh, well, did a lot of research yesterday with Sakaro, just going over some of the more pertinent bits of information, and also distracting myself from my daily ritual of getting my spells ready.
You have to get your spells ready?
Doesn't quite come to me the way it comes to you.
Oh. She notices the cat on the nightstand.
I don't have a name for it, but I fed him yesterday and he followed us back.
Spirit will attempt to pet the cat.
Can I get an animal handling check?
Does a 12 be okay?
So you go to pet the cat. His eyes kind of slowly blink open. He looks a little bleary-eyed, looks up at you. He just lays back down and closes his eyes, and you start hearing him purr.
So today is the day, Lily. We are going to finally travel.
I hope we can find these ingots. It would have been smarter, I think, to leave the same day, but with the blizzard, it might have produced more problems than it solved.
Yes, it kind of snowed a lot, so I don't know how good we're going to find it.
Well, it's still 500 pounds of metal at the end of the day.
Well, today is our first day of adventuring, so we should probably get some warm meals in and a warm drink, and I'm probably going to go bug the others. Did you still need more time for that?
I do need a bit more time. Just remember that the boys have separated into separate rooms in self-defense.
I wonder why.
Oh, you know why. You can hear why currently.
So it tilts her head to listen. I don't know where Nogberg's sleeping, so can she hear him?
I believe we've confirmed over the last few days, yes. It is that loud.
Oh man, imagine being in the same room of that.
Gentle rumbling in the walls.
Well, you might want to get used to the idea. We did purchase tents.
Alright, so Spirit kind of like shakes her head like, oh, that's nothing to worry about, and then leaves.
So Zangarko was up at the crack of dawn, as per usual. Actually slept quite well, considering he was not in ground zero of Nogbert Snore Town. He donned his armor, made himself some tea, doing a morning ritual, getting himself ready. Made sure he's in a good condition, ready for anything that could come across the party and his friends. and get his bed and everything orderly before leaving his room to go greet the others in the main room of the inn tavern. Oh, good morning, Spirit.
Garko. And Spirit, will do her usual hug of Sengarko and just go, "You ready for some breakfast?"
Yes. Zangarko will pat the Spirit's back gently. You seem to have rested well.
Yes. I'm hoping that once we do this journey, we'll be able to look at carts and look at what's happening to my people. But I'm trying not to focus on that right now. Right now, we gotta find the Ignites. And hope it's not buried in 10 feet of snow.
Yes, hopefully. Garko will smile lightly, looking down at the smaller Spirit, considering he is tall, white dragonborn, looking down at Tabaxi, who is about half his size.
And then Spirit's gonna do her usual, I'm gonna run off into the bar.
On your way to the bar. Oh, go ahead.
Zangarko is going to just greet everyone before sitting down by his, I would say, closest traveling companion since they shared pulling a cart, Tyrus. Good morning.
Good morning, Zengaku. Nice to see you in one piece.
Likewise. Are you ready for your trip?
I am. Just waiting on Danica, to be honest.
Mm.
Her and Mira seem to be gossiping over in the corner there.
Will sorely be missed.
Thank you.
I hope we can cross paths sooner rather than later.
Oh, I'm sure we'll see each other again very soon. Spirit wanted to head down to Dugan's Hole, after all. We won't be too far away from there.
Which is a good thing. I don't like the fact that we are splitting up when we have all bonded so well over our travels here. But I understand that Danica needs to do this, and need to assist her.
Well, if the gods are good, then perhaps this little operation she has might give us the secret to restoring the sun here in Icewind Dale. We could only hope.
Yes.
The server, Shirlene, comes by to the table, puts down a mug of ale in front of Midwinter Moon, as well as some food in front of both him and Tyrus. She then looks at Sakaro and Zangarko and, can I get you anything?
What is the breakfast for today? Is there a special?
She kind of smiles. You've been here a few days, you know how limited our options have been.
Then I will have the usual. He says with a smile. But slightly kind of like toothy grin of what a dragonborn would have. But
She
like
smiles.
trying not to be nerving.
Yeah, she smiles back and looks at Sakaro. The trout thing that I had yesterday, I would appreciate that. All right, very good. And she heads back to the kitchen.
And Lagarka will look to the snow leopard tabaxi that is sitting across from his human traveling companion, Tyrus. Moderation, right? Moon?
Oh, of course. This is my first drink of the day.
Here's the morning.
You'll hear Spirit shout
In this place,
you'll hear Spirit shout out at Moon, and it's like, you should be eating first, Moon.
Broke up a little bit. Say that again?
You should be eating first, Moon, not drinking.
there's food on my table. I can multitask.
It is best to pace yourself.
Zengarko, it's like 8 in the morning. Obviously, I'm not going to have more than 2 mugs of ale.
One.
One.
He says bitterly.
Garko nods in approval, and then he goes. How did you sleep, Sikaro?
I've mostly been reading the spell book we had picked up from the herbalist here in town. Has some very interesting spells in it, I can't lie. I cannot wait to be able to actually utilize some of these.
These spells will help protect you.
Yes, definitely. Others might be a bit more aggressive.
I see. So as long as it doesn't harm you or the others,
Oh, that won't
That's
be a
a good-
problem. And he looks back to the kind of violet star and moon imagery covered spellbook and continues to read.
So, Spirit's going to look at Seraphina at the bar. Good morning.
Good morning, Kitty.
So, you ready for this?
It'll be a walk in the park. I'm sure we'll be. Just hope you have a pair of snowshoes on you. That snow can get pretty deep, and if once you're stuck in it, you're done for. But I guess you're kind of a little bit more used to this kind of weather.
Oh, yeah, because I grew up here, but that's besides the point. Did you make sure to have snowshoes?
Well, I have been here even way before this whole mess started.
Okay, I just want to make sure because, the snow is really tall and all.
Gramsax behind the bar is just kind of watching this conversation with his one eyebrow up. Like, oh, we're saying that, are we? Out loud.
I assure you, Kitty, my height is nothing to be concerned about.
Okay, I just want to make sure because, it would be hard for us to find you, right? So snowshoes is important.
Do you have a pair of snowshoes and quite a big mouth, so you will not have to worry about me.
Okay.
So,
And all this time, she's desperately trying not to absolutely say something.
The naive cat has no idea what she just said as she eagerly looks at the bartender to see if she could get some food.
so while that is happening, Zengarko noticed that Lily joined the table. Good morning, Lily. Did you sleep well?
Fairly.
It is good.
Everyone seems still pretty somber today. We should probably keep things low-key.
Of course.
That means
It was.
Nogberg shouldn't play his most cheerful music when he wakes up, right?
Is anybody gonna wake him up? He's still sleeping.
Sorry, Stens, go.
It's fine. What happened was...
Tragic.
Yes. Still, the back of my mind, I wish I could have done something.
The problem is, even if we'd succeeded, and I did have a plan,
Yes.
the response would have been for Auril to kill more people in response.
Yes.
Do you want to hear my plan?
Sure.
Alright, so I was going to get the biggest backpack I could afford.
Alright.
I was going to sneak out to wherever this is going to happen.
Yes.
I'm wearing white, it could happen.
Hmm.
So, sneak up, and I untie the poor person. I have him get in the backpack, because that'll help him keep warm. And then,
Alright.
I turn into an animal, and I dart back over the fence, because when I turn into an animal, anything I'm carrying on me melds into me. And if I make a mad enough dash, I can get back into the city before anyone notices the wiser. Now, the problem
Is
with
that really how it works?
Yeah, that's why I'm not naked when I turn back from a cat to a person.
Magic is extraordinary.
It's actually not magic, just something I learned how to do.
So it's just natural to you then?
Well, in any druid, which is something we should probably keep in mind when we're outside of the town, because here's a whole mess of people without my scruples who are serving Aurel.
Right.
Around this point, Charlene would get back and put down a plate of, you got some eggs on there and a cut of some knucklehead trout. She nods at Zengarko, nods at Sikaro, and collects the 3 silver each before heading back.
Thank you. Zengarko would have left 2 copper for her as a tip.
That she'd look down, smile, and says, "I thank you kindly."
You're welcome. How rude of me. I should have asked while she was here if you wanted some food. You can share some of my meal and if you want, Lily.
Oh, that's actually all right. As of today, I'm back on the Goodberry diet.
The
That's what-
Goodberry diet.
Right, when we're out and about in minus 40 weather, the last thing any of us want to try to do is hunt. So,
Right. So you can create food out of nothing.
no, that's magic.
So what is the Goodberry diet then?
Well, 1 Goodberry a day keeps the Reaper away. You were
So-
eating them on the way over. Did you ever question why I was giving you some berries to eat every day?
I assumed you grew them yourself.
Technically.
He kind of looks kind of puzzled, like, is these magic? Because nothing's growing, but Lee has
Eventually,
done things to make things grow. So he has kind of the look of trying to connect the dots to these magic berries that aren't magic, but are magic. Well, I
I've been-
just assumed you brought them with your rations.
No, those are definitely magic berries. If you eat one per day, you don't have to eat again.
Really?
Really?
That would explain why
You
such a
didn't
small
start.
berry filled me up.
I mean, I usually gave you 2 because you're a big guy, but
Well, kind of looks. I am quite large, yes. It's normal for my kind.
eventually I'll be able to solve the 10 towns problems for food. I've been researching a spell that blesses the soil that we're standing on. Essentially, I can bless unlimited amounts of land as long as I can use my magic towards it every day.
Really?
And
That
all
would
I'll
be
need is a few seeds, and I should be able to grow massive amounts of vegetables in the interim.
You are quite extraordinary.
I get by. I can't do any of that yet.
Perhaps someday soon you can.
As long as we don't get eaten by Yeti.
Yes. Speaking of the Yeti, our newest companion seems to be quite thrilled in facing one.
Well, I've prepared my fire magic for today, so let's hope we don't have to test it.
Hopefully not. I'd rather we not encounter a Yeti. There are some of us that can't take a hit so well. He kind of glances in the direction of Sikoro and then looks over Sikoro to Spirit and then turns to Lily, kind of nod. Kind of those two.
It was just that one time, and he took you by surprise.
We all know Spirit can tank as a sorceress.
Yes.
I mean, she has tried a few times.
Well,
that really is something I can help you with as my powers grow. I'll be able to turn into creatures to ease your burden.
And these creatures, when you shift forms, as it were, do you keep your intelligent, like your personality in that?
It depends how I do it. When I use my own natural abilities, my own mental skills diminish, but I'm still Lily.
Mm.
When I use magic, eventually, to turn into even greater creatures, that's when you'll really have to watch and read my body language.
Sikro looks up from his book and says, "Actually, on a related note," he actually turns the book to you, and you just see this absolute mess of scribbles that you could not possibly read in 1,000 years. If you look at this page, it actually is the polymorph spell. I believe that's exactly what you're talking about, Lily.
So Garko tilts his head, kind of like trying to make sense of what he's seeing. Is like an abstract squiggle doctor's note.
Arcane
Actually,
runes, I assume?
I'm sure it's written in Sakaro's shorthand, but Lily would actually have a puncher's chance at recognizing it. She's got Arcana.
It's actually the spell book, so it was the work of Wilbur Waywocket. So it's some arcane runes, it's gnomish script, and it's a bit of dwarfish script, and it looks like just numbers, all just melded together in this very strange manner. But Sikoro seems to be slowly deciphering the code.
So Garko's like looking at it. Nope, I'm going to be truthful. I do not understand anything that is being held in front of me.
Oh,
If you're having troubles with the dwarven script, I can help.
Don't feel ashamed, Zengarko. It's a mess on paper. That is the best way to describe it.
It definitely is a mess.
It's a
I
shame.
assume it is the script of a genius.
It's more like a cook with 25 years experience making alterations to their cookbook.
Sakaro looks
If
like he's
you-
both offended and he agrees at the same time, and he just kind of looks back and forth like, no, you're not entirely wrong. It's quite similar to that.
I mean, there's a bit of a mad genius property to it, no doubt, but
It's a shame we'll never be able to speak to Wilbur himself, having been the victim of last month's draw.
Unfortunately.
He flips to the page.
Perhaps there's not just a spell book, but perhaps he had a journal of some sort. Or multiple journals.
it's too bad I'm not a little stronger. I could just bring back the victims.
Wait, you can do that. Sakako turns to look at Lily like amazed again.
I'd have to be a lot stronger. But
You can bring
druidic
back
magic is amazing.
Jeez.
Not even in their original bodies.
Gets everyone's attention at the table.
Did Spirit get the food, by the way?
Yes, it would be 3 silver.
Okay.
It's a bit of druidic lore. It's the spell's called reincarnation, and it brings you back as a random humanoid, as long as the person is willing. I think it also needs a substantial diamond.
You can just resurrect a dead individual and give them a new
Well,
body.
there's some time limits. They can't have been dead for more than a month, I think. They have to be willing, and I have to have a diamond, and I have to be strong enough. So there's a lot of ifs there.
I see.
Yeah, a druid that chooses to serve a community is maybe one of the greatest boons it could have.
So Spirit's like walks up with her food, kind of sits down at the table, starts munching, looking at everyone.
Have you seen the spellbook?
What spellbook?
Sakari, you should show her the Propellinger spell.
The one that we worked at getting for you, Sakaro, right?
Yes, that's the one. I was just showing them the way that the different pages look with the different scripts and the numerical codes.
Oh, can I see?
Sure. He just kind of opens the page to you, and he kind of gestures to a section. This part is telling us about the. He looks back at it. Takes him like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I see. Spirit nodding her head as if she understands.
It is the knock spell. If I were to choose this, I would be able to open locked doors.
Ooh, that's really cool.
Are you going to go that route? Because I was thinking of some outside the box methods.
He looks
What
at
about-
Moving the door.
What about if you cast magic and it just magically happens?
Isn't that what the spell is called? Knock and it opened the door?
Can I roll an Arcana check with disadvantage to see if she can pretend that she understands it?
you. Sure.
Oh, totally. She's so when she's like nodding.
The girl glances over and sees Spirit is cross-eyed and kind of gets this look of pity on his face. Yes, Spirit, it's sort of like that.
Oh, wait, I know. Can you absorb the spells into you?
No, I cannot.
I don't understand how you cast your tricks.
You see, I learned them. I learned the arcane formulae, and he just starts going into this long, drawn-out explanation. Spirit finds herself feeling, despite the fact she just woke up, very tired.
Okay. She like puts both her hands on Sakaro's shoulders so that she's looking at him in the eye. Sakaro,
Yes.
don't you just wave your hands around and stuff happens?
Gods, no.
Oh, so you had
Exactly.
to work at getting us. I wonder what that's like.
Well, honestly, a bit rewarding when you discover something new.
Well, I still feel rewarded when I cast something that I never thought I could cast.
Well,
I mean, when I
imagine-
became that sheep, that was amazing.
It was cute.
And the flower, you remember the flower?
You almost
Flower
died.
was more dangerous in this climate.
Yes, Spirit, it nearly wilted.
Oh no, I'm good. I am chosen by the cat god after all.
Is the cat god a how do I put this? A benevolent god?
Benevolent god?
Yeah, is he the kind of god like Auril, or is he more of a god that would say throw you a birthday party?
He's more like the god that would be like, you know what would be fun if you had the curiosity to like want to learn how to dance every single dance out there.
All right, but would he force you to do that, or would he inspire you to do that?
More like inspire, like you feel drawn towards it. But the problem is that under his guidance, it changes sometimes. So like you'll be like mastering the dances, but then you'll suddenly realize, you know what? I actually like the sound of those songs. I now want to learn the origin of that song. And then you go down that route, and then suddenly something else catches your curiosity. His guidance is pretty awesome in that way.
It's very enlightened.
Like right now, I think I'm getting good at playing random instruments.
Are you?
Does she actually have an instrument?
She had that flute a couple days ago.
I believe she left it at the house, though.
Yeah, because it belonged to the house.
Hmm.
Yes, I would love to show you guys, but we don't have an instrument, but I know who has one, so I'm going to go wake up Nogberg. I will be back. And she'll
Well,
run
then.
off with her spirited energy to Nogberg's room, wherever that is.
No,
And-
that is a dragon's mouth that I ran into.
Just follow the snores.
Yes.
No, Seraphina comes up. Well, she's certainly the spirited one.
I suspect that's how they named her.
She is definitely a bundle of joy. Good morning, Seraphina. Did you sleep well?
As well as you can in these conditions. Guys ready to take on a
A Yeti?
Yeti? Yes, a Yeti. Are you guys ready to take on a Yeti?
I mean, I'd rather not, but if I have
I
to.
would rather not tackle a beast that could hurt some members of our group easily.
I mean, they did say that Yeti's, who was it, Spirit who said it? They can rip off your head and take it as a trophy. I don't know why you
Yes.
look forward to that, Sarah.
Going something like that is gonna be fantastic.
So you are a thrill seeker.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a thrill seeker. It's just this is my job. This is what I enjoy doing.
Hmm.
And I also have my own goal by doing all this.
I mean, aside from making money.
Yes. What goal would that be?
Say I may have a little bit of a disagreement with my original group of mercenaries, and I plan on proving myself to get back along with them.
Yeah,
I
I've
see.
been meaning to ask, what does one do to get kicked out of a company of mercenaries?
It's a long and arduous story. It's long and arduous, and
Own.
yeah, 100% not my fault. It was so stupid, so ridiculous.
Garko's looking at the tabaxi, male tabaxi snow leopard who has moved to the bar. Moan.
He did.
He looks
I'm
over
sure-
shoulder.
I'm bringing back my glass, Zengarko. Just give me a moment, would you?
But he turns his attention back to Seraphina, we're saying.
Yeah,
As he, I hope you don't mind. If you wish to tell your tale, I will be finishing my breakfast.
you see, there was a contract to chase off a frost giant near Dugan's Hole about 2.5 years ago, before this whole ice storm thing started. Delia thought it was way above our pay grade, but I knew that we could do it. I knew that we'd be able to become giant slayers and take this thing down. So we left and came here and got to here. And then the whole stupid winter kicked in, which is not my fault. This was just a situation of wrong place, wrong time. And then when the draw was getting closer, before the most recent one of our members refused to take part in it, and she got killed because of it. And
She was
which is
killed.
not my fault, but he blamed me for all this shit happening, so I got kicked out.
You got kicked out because one of your members refused and was killed, and you were blamed for it.
Yeah, exactly. But
Did you
the
ever
thing-
end up?
But the thing is that he blames me because it was my idea to get to slay the giant, which we actually ended up doing, by the way. Left that part out.
Iris nods. That's impressive. Frost giants are quite formidable.
Yes. But I don't like the fact that your old group would blame you for not being your fault. Don't seem a very honorable group.
To losers, but they're my losers, and I intend to fix this whole winter mess to get back with them.
I see. Well, you can travel with us as long as you wish.
I'm getting paid. I mean, hey, I'm still a mercenary, so as long as I'm getting paid, I have no issue.
Meanwhile, in Nogberg's room, I rolled the performance check already. I got a lovely 9 on it. As Spirit hums festive music, the trick to wake up Nogberg.
And would it be good enough to wake him up?
Well, the question
I'd say
is...
that's up to you.
Yeah, the question is it good enough to put him to sleep because he's happy with the performance, or bad enough to wake
he
him
wakes up
up?
if it was good. Not if it's bad, he's gonna be like, I don't recognize this song. I'm not waking up. This isn't Christmas.
So
he's very cute and he'll pick it up.
okay.
It's a low roll for him. So he just bolts up, right, and stares right at Spirit.
Good morning.
Hey there.
You want to come eat breakfast? We're gonna soon go on that adventure of ours.
He kind of like leaps out of the bed. Oh yeah, that's right.
Also, what instruments do you have?
So he looks really excited and he starts rummaging around. I guess under the bed, and he pulls out. What does he have on him? He pulls out a drum and a reed flute.
She's gonna look at the flute. Yes. Can I borrow that?
He kind of looks. Oh, why?
I was gonna play a song for our group to show how I'm learning music.
Oh boy! He just kind of hands it over.
You want to come play one with me?
He just grins. Probably a mildly terrifying grin. You're not really sure if it's a happy look or not.
So, Spirit happily leaves the room. I assume Nogberg following.
He's just gonna stomp right behind.
Goes to the table in front of the fire and holds up the reed flute.
And then Nogberg
Quick
is just
question.
looming mildly creepily beside and behind her. Just looming.
Quick question: does that activate the fish?
Say she's just far enough away that it wouldn't.
So
Isn't that
while
convenient?
that happened, Moon came back, nodding at Zengarko. Zengarko nodded back, leaving his traveling companion. Did not do anything bad the time he was gone from the table.
Let's just
To the-
say your passive insight was too low.
He trusts his companion.
So, as Spirit and Nogberg start their performance, Spirit is going to cast dancing lights around them. So they have the glowing orbs.
See, apparently we are having
Okay, so I'm not actually proficient in any instruments, so I assume this is a disadvantage.
Nogberg is playing drums for support.
And
He is very into it. Almost a little too into it, maybe.
Sean, disadvantage for the performance check, I assume.
Do as
Hello?
far as disadvantage, but I would not give you advantage since Nogberg also rolled.
Okay. Ooh, 18.
So Spirit starts to play, and at first it's just a few series of random notes, but you actually find she starts to catch a bit of a rhythm. And Nogberg in the back, he starts just playing his drum very calmly, then he starts getting a little into it, and he starts getting more into it, and he just starts banging the drum, and then everybody just stops, including Spirit, and everyone just looks at Nogberg, who's just doing this massive drum solo, and everyone just kind of stares.
Well, so much for a morose day of keeping a low profile.
Spirit's tail would have been bouncing to the music before the drums started going haywire.
This is hilarious. I love this.
Oh, it's at least it's entertaining, really.
True, they won't get thrown out on their nose.
So, At the end of the song, Spirit kind of like gently like touches Nogberg's arms. I guess you should eat before we leave, right?
Longberg is not paying attention and he's just going at those drums. He's got a really good rhythm going, okay?
She'll hold out the reed flute in front of him.
Still drumming.
Oh, so I can keep this?
He's still drumming. He's got a serious solo going. You're
Spirit, who is used to getting gifts in her life, totally thinks that Nogberg gave this as a gift and pockets it away.
He's just banging away on his drums.
I don't know how to stop him, guys. But hey, I told you all that I can play.
And you did quite well. It was very nice.
You know, Spirit, if you would like to learn to play the lute, I can always assist you with that.
Really, Moon?
Oh yes, I used to play back home.
Ooh, I would love to learn. Can you teach me?
Just so you know, it will take time and practice.
That's okay. And she'll randomly hug Moon in excitement.
You're welcome, Spirit. You're welcome. You're also squeezing very hard.
Oh, sorry.
Sangarko finished his breakfast. He wiped his mouth with the napkin given. Puts the utensils on the plate. I'll be back. And gets
We
up.
should head out as early as possible. We don't want to spend the night out there if we can help it.
We just have to
Of
stop him
course.
from playing.
I will get on that.
Could light the drum on fire? No, don't do that.
That might be a
Gargo.
little extreme, don't you think?
Yes,
oh,
but it
oh.
only...
I know.
Sangarko
Oh god.
turns the plate and the utensils to the bar. Thank you. And makes himself. Go on.
I was just saying, Scramsax comes over and he just picks up the plate.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a very good meal.
John and Shirley, they do their best back there.
Compliments to the chefs.
Of course.
And Zangarko will approach very passionate Ogberg.
Just before Zangarko would have gotten there, Spirit has attempted to make the drums handles that Nogberg's doing very chilly.
He's
With
going so fast.
prestidigitation.
Interesting.
Does he notice?
He might notice, but he's probably not gonna stop. Like, oh well, the show must go on.
I should have went with making it stinky.
I don't
Yeah.
think Nogberg would have noticed. When he
He
gets
really
in, when he gets in the zone, there's no stopping him usually.
You don't mess with the muse, okay?
No. So, Garko looks
Zuko
at.
sighs, looks down at his book. I mean, if necessary, I do have the disc, but it's a temporary measure.
It's also how we're carrying the ingots back.
Exactly. I only have about 3 spells in that level in a day.
What is Zangarko gonna do?
So the drums, it's like those kind of bongo drums type. Would you say?
I'd say, yeah, they're like a handheld drum.
Yeah. So Gargo's gonna attempt to take the drums away from him.
Oh,
Yank them.
Is there going to be resistance?
Just there's handles, right? So he's holding he's holding on to it.
Okay,
So
so,
the-
that would be athletics check from Zangarko and either athletics or acrobatics from Nogberg. Okay, 15's pretty solid. 16's better.
Jesus.
He has a
Nogberg
firm
seems
grip.
to have an iron grip on this thing. You yank 3, 4 times. You end up pulling yourself so you almost fall back onto your butt. And Nogberg is just standing there, still playing with his free hand.
I am not going to allow you to defeat me, my friend. I'm gonna attempt that again.
Okay,
So
same
now
rolls.
he has this most determined. I'm gonna try again. You're not doing the diss thing again, buddy. Oh, it's even worse.
Slippery hands. Okay, well, I mean, you never know. Just always by one. His grip has his grip has weakened, but not quite enough.
He's like, oh, this is on.
I thought of doing thunderclap, but I realized that you have to make people in the entire bar will have to make a Constitution saving throw.
So
intense.
Garko kind of gets into kind of like almost like a fighting stance. I'm gonna take this from him.
Sekiro tries something right before Zengarho does that. He conjures Mage Hand and gets in the way of whether it's Nogberg's hand or a drumstick. He keeps batting it back before it hits the drum to cut off his rhythm.
The Nogberg is starting to get a little frustrated suddenly and starts whacking even harder at the drum. Do mage hands take damage?
I don't believe so, but let me double check the spell.
I think it's actually it's like
Mage hand can't damage.
yeah, it's like
And doesn't
invisible.
damage it.
Yeah.
This
So-
ghost thing that's messing with his juju.
Yeah. I
How long
guess
does he do this for?
The spell, I believe it lasts for, was it a minute?
I believe so, yeah.
For a full minute.
Oh,
Now
that's
you've ruined the song. So Nogberg just kind of like he starts whacking harder, and then he just kind of like eventually loses and looks around the room.
Nogberg.
Karo hides behind his book immediately.
Nogberg, can you grab some food? Because we're about to.
Oh, okay. So he just like tucks away the drum. He's like, "Oh, how was the reed flute?"
It was good. Thank you for giving it to me.
He looks kind of confused.
Don't
yeah,
believe.
no problem.
I guess Spirit has a reed flute now.
So he's gonna just stomp over to the counter and order something, probably to go.
Add flute to her items.
The prospect of a to-go order makes Scramtex kind of quirk a brow. I mean, I could get it on a cloth or something, I guess.
Sure, bag,
Yeah.
whatever. Just give me a drumstick.
Let me see what I got.
Drumstick.
Zagarko turns to the table, gives the nod, almost like a thank you gesture nod to Sekiro for his.
Okay, so Scramsax comes back with a sort of cloth that's been tied shut that has a roll and some dried sort of a trout jerky. It just shrugs and says, two silver.
Okay.
Thanks. And he hands you the bag.
And Nogger just kind of slams the coins down on the table. He's not trying to be forceful, but it's just oddly strong.
You're welcome. And Sekiro, meanwhile, offers a nod recognizing his accomplishments with Zengarko.
Spirit is gonna be like trying to whisper, but we all know Spirit's bad at whispering. Way to go, Sinkaro.
I'm not sure I'd want to do that again. I don't think he liked it very much. And I don't want to
Nogger
die.
has no idea what happened. So he just suddenly lost his juju, but it happens.
So, once Nogberg comes back, Spirit's like, well, I guess that means we're ready to go.
Yeah, so he's re-enjoying the group, and he's just standing there with his sack of food.
All right, Moon, you're coming with us, right?
I did say that, didn't I? All right.
Let me just get to my bow. He just goes to his room really quick and comes back with the bow and the quiver of arrows in hand.
Spirit's gonna.
Ready when you-
All right, and Spirit looks at Tyrus. Good luck on your journey, Tyrus.
You too. Hopefully I'll see you all again very soon.
You too. Be safe out there. Remember what we told you, okay?
Do not try to feed a Yeti, but if you do, make sure the food is good, or else they'll get very angry.
I mean, that's good advice-ish.
Yes, or, the more smarter thing is just don't go near the Yeti. They like to collect heads.
Right, of course.
Very close to the Yeti. very close with this, that is, she says, kind of fiddling with her longsword.
I look forward to reading Danica's thoughts on the Schwingas.
Yes. When we meet up again, I would be glad to hear about my old friends.
So the party are setting off.
Yes.
Yes.
On to the wilderness.
Leaving Bryn Shander may feel a bit distressing for you all. The safety of its walls have granted you some semblance of security that now you're feeling bereft of. The hike northeast is a long one, but Kelvin's Cairn, the great mountain of Icewind Dale, functions as a beacon to draw you towards it. The mountain lumbers there, at least till the wind starts to kick up. Heavy clouds move in and the snowfall begins again in earnest. The severity of the storm increases until it's a raging blizzard descending on you, reducing your visibility to roughly 20 feet. Your beacon, Kelvin's Cairn, vanishes from view as the blowing snows and howling winds engulf you. Can I get a group survival check?
Oh boy. No pressure.
Any advantages?
Oh no, everyone's rolling.
Oh, I would have had a perfect 20 if I had advantage.
Probably roll for Sakaro too.
13 survival.
Hey, this is the area I'm from, so my 22 roll makes sense.
It's my first day. Quack, 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 quack.
Nogberg is shook by his drum performance still.
It's like the very ghost hand was trying to prevent me from doing what I love.
What foul creature would prevent him from bringing festivities to the town?
How do we do?
I did super amazing.
Everyone but Sakaro and Nogberg did solid, actually.
What about Moon?
I don't have a token for him up, so I cannot do his roll. So what I'll do is I'll just grab a actual d20, because I have them right here. Moon rolled a 4.
It's all that pre-drinking.
It's okay. Spirit's got this. She is totally helping the crew out.
It's Zangarko.
Yeah.
Survival is intelligence wisdom. Wait, he has a 0 wisdom, so basically he rolled a 4. But as a whole, the group did roll well. So a few hours into your trek, you crest over a snow-covered ridge, and things get a little ominous.
How ominous.
Well, in front of you is a frozen, dismembered corpse in the gully before you.
Oh, so casual.
Snow covers most of the gory bits, but the headless torso and severed limbs are partially visible. The tracks are faded, but there are still some telltale grooves in the snow that show where a sled has been hauled away.
Shizbut.
You imagine this is the corpse of the dwarf Ubak, who was said to have been torn apart by the Yeti.
So, does anyone see the head? Spirit's
No.
looking around.
Side, they want the dwarves who hired us. Did they want us to bring their Alan Conrad back to them so they can put his body to rest, or are we going to put his body to rest outside of campaign?
They'd probably appreciate it if we can manage it, but I'm not sure I want to carry
Meat.
the scent of blood around.
Maybe he has like any items they would want back from him.
Could be.
Mm.
Let's do a quick search of the parts.
Okay, do an investigation roll.
Well, that's certainly not how you get ahead in life.
Spirit is just gonna let
Gargo's
Lily
gonna
do
look
it.
at give a disapproving look to Seraphina, shake his head.
It's just
Lily's
a
not-
body. Whatever soul or essence or spirit is gone out of it now. Just a corpse.
We respect the fallen where I'm from.
Where I'm from, we do as well.
Yeah, it's important to respect the dead because their spirit still lives on. You don't want to anger them.
Nogberg
Okay.
concernedly looks
Me?
around.
In this place, I fully give you all free will to make as many jokes as you want about my corpse, whatever the situation may be.
But we
Well-
would never do that.
Giving you permission.
Searching the body, you find 1 silver and 6 copper. Let's make sure you can hear me.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Whoever mauled this man didn't have much interest in his money. Not that he had much.
and he has a broken mining pick with a bit of blood on one of the edges.
A minor accident.
Maybe we should bring back the
Oh.
pick.
That might be good. Most dwarves I've met are big on dying on their feet. Looks like this guy did.
Then it might be best if we bury him here and mark his grave with something. It will be visible with this weather.
Might be a bit redundant and dangerous, given that there are so many hungry predators and scavengers, but we could try.
How soft is the snow?
Not... Well, the snow is probably soft, but the ground's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
so
is there's a blizzard going right now, so it's coming down in a sort of a powder, but as the snow goes further down in the layers, it gets a little denser, a little thicker.
yeah, I'm going to be honest, Sengarko, we're not going to be able to probably dig a grave. Maybe we could do like what other cultures do.
A Viking funeral might be appropriate.
Burn the body.
Nogberg whips
That
out his
would-
trumpet.
I could do it quickly. It's sanctifying the corpse and not leaving anything dangerous behind to draw more scavengers.
And
Sikaro kind of nervously goes, if you're burning it, wouldn't that leave the smell of burning meat?
Mm,
I'm going to be very thorough and as quick as I can about it.
how about we do it on our way back?
Also,
might not find the body then.
Well, we know it's here. We can probably put a marker in the ground.
You know, we could also just cremate it. Don't you, any of you mages, have some fire thing going on? You cremate
Yes, that
the
is-
body.
Yeah, that's
That
what
is what
we're
Lily
doing.
was doing, suggesting, Serafina.
If there are no objections, I think this is the most expedient and safest way to do it.
Yes, but let's do it on the way back. We don't want to draw too much attention.
Well, I am fighting the blizzard right now, so okay, I'm okay with either.
How far does the tracks, like, is the tracks easy to find, or is it like I have to do a roll to follow them?
Where the sled itself was, you can tell. You can see the two grooves, but the footsteps, it's hard to tell now what left them.
Okay, but the grooves we could follow, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Spirit's gonna point out the sled grooves.
Well, I'm guessing this will lead to our Yeti cave.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make sure that we try to be very quiet, maybe.
That means no playing music at this time, not there.
Sorry, he can't hear you over the blizzard.
Now, one thing I should mention is the grooves are going south. You came up to here by going northeast. This is directly south. They're heading towards the spine of the world.
Oh, I know
that's-
about the spine of the world.
Shall we follow?
Definitely, but Spirit's looking. I'm thinking we should have maybe people who are good at scouting ahead.
Okay, I'll take lead.
Moon is picking his teeth. I
Moon?
mean, if Lily wants to take the lead, that's fine. I'll be second, I guess.
Oh, I guess we'll just do a temporary marker and do a proper burial after.
Oh, I know. She'll pull out Aurelia's staff and
Took
kind
that
of...
with you?
Yes, of course. And she'll
Um,
kind of attempt to put it in the snow so that it's a marker for them.
Digs into the snow just fine. You just notice it kind of wobbles with the wind. You can't guarantee that it's going to stay up.
She's going to attempt to use a precipitation. So she'll remove the staff and try to heat the area around the snow so that she could kind of make the staff stick in a little stronger.
I have a more elegant solution. You just pile up some rocks.
Oh.
Where you are, you can't really see many small rocks.
Oh, okay.
The spirits attempts work at all.
Yeah, I can see you warming the snow. You start seeing it melting and kind of a divot starts to form. You
Yeah,
get the
and I-
impression if you stick the staff in and then stop the spell, it might freeze in place.
Yeah, that's what she was planning to do.
Okay, that should work, yes.
All right. Okay, I shall attempt to tap the staff to see if it froze.
It's going to take a minute or two, but it does freeze in place.
All right, so we could definitely tell where the body is now.
Mm.
All right. So you're going ahead, Lily?
Seems like the best move.
Well, I'll come with you as well.
So
You got a tail that checks out?
you, Lily, and Moon are going ahead.
Just a little bit ahead, not too far ahead, but enough to not alert.
All of you be very careful. This is dangerous land.
From top to bottom, I'll be on my guard.
So the lovely 3 that are okay at stealth, I guess, are going ahead.
Okay. So you head down, and about another half hour or so passes as you hike through the snow. As you do this, you start to actually hear something very faintly on the wind. Grunts. Sort of these low, gravelly voices.
Like, Spirit's
Seems-
gonna tap Lily quickly.
We're getting closer. Sounds like
Okay.
this. I wish I could fly.
Alright, there's us ahead.
So you can see a trail, but your visibility is really cut off.
Yeah.
Again, you're starting to hear these voices. You're
So Spirit's gonna take a step back to just inform the back party in a hush whisper that we're hearing things. In the traditional Spirit whisper. Oh, Moon disappeared.
Moon's just a bit ahead of me.
And
Moon
then,
rolled a pretty decent stealth roll.
yeah. Oh, we gotta roll stealth, I guess, now that we're ahead.
Well, if you don't want to get seen.
Rolling stealth.
Rolling stealth.
Do you roll with disadvantage if you don't have stealth?
Just standard roll, no proficiency bonus. And you outrolled both of them.
Wow.
Mine's a 14.
Lily is actually really dexterous.
Yeah, Moon only got 15.
Imagine he is also really dexterous.
I am super dexterous.
Magical Girl Squad.
And my charisma is, like, so high.
Closing in a bit further, you can start to actually make out shapes kind of vaguely in the snow. You get the impression they're a good 40, 50 feet still ahead of you, but they're small. You see the pointed ears and the kind of pointed faces of goblins. There's 6, and they're pulling a cart. Well, a
Goblins?
sled, I should say. Oh, not these things again.
Okay, I'll go back and get the group. You guys okay?
Yeah. Well, I'll keep Moon company.
Alright, so Spirit goes back up to the group. Okay, goblins. It looks like they're pulling possibly the cart, but I don't know.
Need to be careful.
Can you all why don't you all just try to follow me very quietly?
Garko glances at Siguro. Okay, Siguro probably would be quiet. Glances at Nogbert. Yes, this is where one would say good luck with that.
Well, at least Angarko's the only one who'll have disadvantage on this check. Sarah's still wearing leather.
Yeah, but Nogbert is, depending on his mood, he's playing. He's not gonna be stealthy.
Alright, so Spirit's gonna attempt to lead the non-stealth party.
Okay.
What?
Can we get stealth rolls from the non-stealth party?
Yes.
Sure.
Longberg's gonna try.
So you're actually pretty solid rolls.
Just Seraphina.
Passive.
Pretty good.
Are you guys gonna follow me?
Actually, draw my sword as well and hold up my shield.
Easy to lose visibility, just as a heads up.
Now, as you're going ahead, you suddenly hear a strange sound in the distance. It sounds like a bit of a, and pardon this because it sounds really dumb.
Chewy.
Do I recognize that?
It sounds like a bear.
From which direction?
South. And it almost sounds like there were 2 distinct voices.
I'm not sure we want any part of a polar bear.
2 distinct bears?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can bear this.
Cough, cough.
Thoughts, Moon?
Well, we can get a bit closer. Try to spy on the goblins there. Probably
Okay.
can't see very well.
Alright, let's do this. Which way's the goblins?
South.
Oh, okay. Do me and Moon have to re-roll stealth?
We can go with the same rolls for now. It's a knockbird.
Is the plot twist gonna be that these are goblin bears?
I mean, there are werebears in this campaign.
Goblin bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Oh,
You can spot the goblins ahead. They're struggling to push this cart. But as you're getting further ahead, you can actually see a bit of a firelight further south. And you see this kind of a towering shape, and you hear the creaking of wheels. These aren't the only goblins.
Sneak attack? I
Unless
could
you want to
attempt
try
sleep
diplomacy.
again.
Mm.
You guys want me to try sleep again?
Yeah, sleep might be really clever right now.
Alright.
I would suggest that, yes.
Okay.
I don't know if this is the time for a nap.
Creatures within 20 foot of a point that you choose. So I will be casting sleep.
Oop.
I gotta choose my point. So right here. Can you see that?
So within 20 feet of that marker?
Basically just right outside the range of us.
So with that, since goblins don't exactly have the highest health, but your roll also was not the highest itself.
And it's actually a pretty decent roll.
1, 4, 3, 3, and 7 is really good.
Yeah.
The 1 and the 2, 3s kind of bogged it down.
It's not too bad. It's still decent to help lower the numbers.
You've knocked out 2 of them.
Yeah.
As the goblins are pushing and pushing, the 2 right by your marker in the back on their right, one just falls asleep right on the cart, and one flops in the snow.
I just picture as Spirit waves her hand in the air, kind of like ta-da, even though it doesn't really, sleep's not really that flashy. But I could just also picture everyone's just kind of like ducking, expecting something else to happen.
On that note.
Yes, it is a level 1 spell.
Okay, let me go over to my chart. The sorcerer.
I didn't even use the Tides of Chaos right now.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
That doesn't sound promising at all.
I have to see if you have access to this creature in your compendium. Just a second.
What?
What?
You do!
Did I summon something big?
You might have?
Oh boy.
Is it a Tarask?
Is it a friendly big?
Oh, it's not John.
Charlie?
Not Steve? No, Charlie. Charlie the unicorn.
Not Charlie this time. Spirit kind of crouches low and in an effort to actually be stealthy, waves her hands and whispers to herself. You see the 2 goblins collapse, but then this vibrant gout of rainbow energy surrounds Spirit.
Oh, no.
And all the four remaining goblins go, eh? And turn back as an ungodly scream can be heard from the 2 weird-ass looking jellyfish-looking abominations that spawned
Flumps.
on either side of Spirit. They materialize on the spot and just scream, looking at Spirit like, ah!
Are they just screaming constantly?
Yes. They just look at her and they shriek.
Yeah, I think they're flumps.
You're right, they are flumps.
That
with
takes me back
that-
to first.
We actually have to roll initiative.
Are they on our side?
What?
They are screaming, that's all you know.
I feel that pain internally, honestly. This is me every time I wake up. Scream.
Whatever attempt of being stealthy has been destroyed by Spirit's wild magic.
Okay, you 3 roll again. I'm going to re-add your stats to the tree.
My first roll was better.
You were 16.
My first roll was better too. My first roll was a 14, now I'm a 7.
Yeah, I like that 22 better, but oh well.
He's changing it.
Oh, good. Well, it was good.
Spirit is a 6.
Good, I'm a sorceress. I'm supposed to be low.
Moon's a 21. Flump number 1.
As a player, I know what a flump is.
Flump number 2.
As Lily, there's no way I know what a flump is.
Well, the cargo would just assume these things are screaming because
It's minus
they
40.
don't like the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just were brought into a cold environment, so it's like I can understand why they're screaming, and they kind of look like baby fish.
Let me do a quick check to see if the leader on the caravan further ahead heard you.
I just made our fight more harder, guys.
The leader rolled literally 0. They have a minus 1 perception and rolled a 1.
Okay, we're good then.
He can't hear you guys over the screaming.
Oh, did screaming, did that mean the ones that were put to sleep get woken up too?
Yes. I believe so. Wait, no, actually, it doesn't.
I think physical contact needs to be made to wake them up.
Yeah. So luckily we have 2 asleep still. I'm still trying to figure out if these flotsams are like on our side.
I posted a picture in the chat for anyone who wants to see what a flump looks like.
Do they look?
Oh, they look like they could be friendly.
If they weren't screaming, it's hard to say.
Okay, Lily, what are we doing?
Well, Lily's a bit taken back, but given that whatever this is already in combat with Spirit, maybe, she is just going to step in front so they can't get to Spirit as easily. And she is going to cast... Well, produce flame.
Oh, wow.
Does she ever?
Yeah. That's
Way
a
too
critical roll.
On the nearest goblin, I should have been.
Okay, so the goblin kind of wakes up, kind of scratches his head like, what? And looks over. As he sets on fire, he's thrashing wildly, screaming, flailing. The cloth on the cart covering the ore sets on fire. And he topples over dead. And on fire.
That'd be a problem.
Anything else, Lily?
Just checking which are bonus actions and where that's listed.
Just a reminder, we are level 2, so we might not have much bonus actions right now.
Yeah.
We're not the lovely level 6 in the other one.
One action. Wouldn't do that anyway. Yeah, you know what? That's a pretty good turn. One immolated goblin.
Okay. Moon is going to, as he was already aside from the group and they're all looking at you, he takes a cunning action to sort of disappear into the snow, and he moves 5, 25, 30, and he's holding his action for a goblin to make a run for the cart. Which, it just so happens, one of the goblins does. So as the one of the goblins in the front goes to make a move, he takes an arrow to the side of the lead, and he just starts wobbling forward towards the arrow, towards the cart south, screaming, waving his arms, trying to get their attention.
Used to be a caravan guard until I took an arrow to the knee.
I knew someone was gonna make that joke. I knew it.
The flump is up. It continues screaming and starts running away from / floating away from Spirit.
Oh, so it's extra relatable. Just scream and run.
That's all it does. It runs for it.
I think I might have made an error there.
It's an interesting distraction.
I'm sure Sakaro is not happy about this.
He's definitely not.
Longberg looks very confused, but he's gonna take a few steps forward because he cannot see. He can't see, and he doesn't know if he likes what he sees.
Goblins roasting on an open fire.
He's just gonna hold his action for now.
For anything in particular?
I guess if any goblins move up.
Okay. Zangarko is up.
So Zangarko is going to, seeing that this poor creature is not attacking anyone, and it's probably going to follow its friend screaming off. He's going to move, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, so...
The flump panics as you're running by it, and uses its reaction to cast, I'm not sure if you can see this, stench spray.
Oh no.
Oh god.
No.
So Zangarko and 2 of the goblins, by the looks of it, need to roll a DC 10 dexterity throw or be coated in a foul-smelling liquid for the next 1 to 4 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
Lily will turn to the flump in a kind of an understanding, like kind of the way you look at a kitten who just pooped on the floor, like, oh, my friend, that isn't necessary.
Saving throw. Cancel.
1 goblin rolled a 2, 1 goblin rolled a 1. You have just been essentially skunk sprayed, and the smell is going to be lingering for the next 3 hours.
Downwind of Zangarko. Understood.
What does the poison trait do exactly? I forgot.
Does it count as poisoned?
It says, yeah, they're poisoned for that time.
I believe that gives you a disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah, I just found it, so. The coda creature is poisoned as long as the stench lasts, and other creatures are poisoned while within 5 feet of the codic creature.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Yeah, I just posted it in the chat too.
Okay.
The creature can remove the stench on itself by using a short rest to bathe in water, alcohol, or vinegar.
Well, Zangarko, you're still up. You just smell really bad now.
15-foot cone that hit all the goblins.
Goblins generally follow a leader. You might want to save that for a big bad.
Yeah, but if I knock down all the goblins, then
Yeah, you could worry about the big bad.
All right. I mean, helping you either way. Just
that hit if where I'm standing right now, a 15-foot cone.
So who are you pointing at?
So where I am here, it's a 15-foot cone.
Are you drawing markers? Because I'm not seeing anything.
I don't know how to draw markers.
So you're trying to aim like that kind of way?
Just that way. Trying to get as most as he can down.
Do you have any movement left? If you move one to the right, you'll be able to hit all of them very easily. It'll be a straight line.
So
5, 10, 15. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, straight
Alright.
line. You did all 3.
okay. So use your action. No. So DC for the saving throw equals 8 plus your Constitution modifier.
Plus your proficiency bonus, so that would be a 2.
Okay, so that would be 8 plus 4.
Yeah. Is it on your character sheet under the attacks?
I
It
don't
should
see
say
it.
breath weapon, I think.
I'm just going to point out that not one of them rolled over an 8.
Okay.
So they'll take the full 2d6 damage.
So let's roll.
peace.
Guess how much health a goblin has?
7.
Yep.
So he takes takes in a deep breath, but almost gags and lets out his breath weapon. But he kind of after he does it, almost
As Zangarko stops, he kind of hoists his chest back forward, inhales deeply. You see his face kind of crinkle in disgust. Kind of a vibrant blue energy gathers around his mouth, and a gout of cold just bursts forward onto the goblins, freezing the 3 in place. And then he just immediately starts gagging, coughing, and just looking very undignified for what should have been a really badass moment.
Huh.
Sarah, you're up. The only goblin left is the one on the right of Sarah herself, or your left, in the middle.
I'm gonna go up to that, so how much is that walking?
Well, you have snowshoes on, so you should be able to move the full 30 feet.
Cool, so 5, 10... Dude, so this guy?
This guy over here. That guy just got frozen.
Okay, dude, go over to him. And time to attack with my longsword.
Okay, how do you want to do it?
Die?
Oh wait, it's a 6. He has 1 health left.
Don't think I have another attack.
Oh, you don't yet. You will
No.
at level 4, I think. So Sarah rushes into the side as the goblin is coughing, gagging, and then she comes in and stabs through his shield and into his gut. He just buckles over and he's still coughing, still gagging. Now there's blood spewing out of his mouth. It's very undignified.
And Seraphina just smiles.
So Garko looks like he's holding back his breakfast. Normally, the scene of goblins getting creatures getting stabbed and stuff doesn't affect him, but it's the smell. It's the smell.
Okay, Sarah, what is your armor class?
My armor class is 14, and I have a shield.
Okay. So the goblin, in return, grabs his scimitar and does this wide upswing arc that passes right through your shield and gashes across your armor. You take 5 slashing damage. Then as a bonus action, he hits disengage and goes to make a run for it. Do you have a ranged attack, Nogberg? Nogberg?
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
No
Me
problem.
out here talking to myself like a pro. Let's see. Not one that I want to use, so
He's about to make a run for it, and you're holding your action. I thought I'd ask.
If he gets away, we're gonna have to fight a lot more.
I don't know entirely know if Nogberg understands that.
Close this. I mean, actually, where is he? Because I don't know if I can see him.
I don't think Nogberg
Right
can.
here.
Okay, so I actually can, just faintly. Yeah, I don't think Nogberg would actually do anything.
Okay. So the goblin makes his full 30 feet. Actually, no, he's not wearing snowshoes. So 5, 10, 15 feet.
Sakara, we have a runner.
Goblin is dead. Flump, again, looks at Spirit, still screaming, and makes a run for it.
Sorry about that. Shouts at the flump.
You,
Still one, Mr.
Nogberg,
Flump.
and Lily can make an attack of opportunity if you want.
No, I'll
much
let the
as
thing
you-
run.
As much as Zengarko might want us to, I will live and let live.
Yeah.
He
I
wrote it.
relate to this creature a little too well.
He wrote it. It's like it's an innocent creature. Just like it was scared, so it went.
Oh, Mr. Flump, there's more goblins that way.
It's trying to gain altitude to fly away, but the snowfall is pushing it down, and the winds are making it hard for it to fly.
It's just
The
looks
poor
so sad.
thing's going to freeze to death here.
Probably.
He's just screaming. Is he still screaming as he goes?
Yes.
So he's over the other guy
Terrifying.
screaming?
I scared the heck out of them.
Well, you did wrench them to, if not another plane of existence, then very far from their home.
So I mean, imagine you're just going about your daily business and then you're just like warped into the middle of a battlefield in a snowstorm.
And it's minus 40. Enjoy.
Their best day for them.
I'm not even sure they speak common. Or speak. Well, they definitely speak. You're screaming.
Okay, Sikaro. He starts to move as quickly as he can. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And because the goblin only has... Well, he's bleeding excessively, he's just going to use a firebolt, which hits, and sets the goblin on fire. It catches a flame, thrashes back and forth, and again, goes down. All we have left is the one runner.
I'll toast to that.
Spirit, you are up.
Wah.
Lily, I heard Lily shout runner, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to use, my feline agility, which can double my speed during my turn.
Okay.
So, because I don't
Oh, is
know
that-
where it is. One,
Is that an action?
2. It is part of my movement.
Okay.
Let me click on it so you can read it. I forget how much movement I just did. Was it
You were
one
10
square?
feet. You were 10 feet behind Lily,
Oh,
so
okay.
it was 2 squares. So that's 10 feet.
1, 2, yeah. 10, 15, 20. Is that the goblin that's running?
Nope,
That goblin is on fire. And dead.
it's a burning dead body.
Oh, okay. Pass through Seraphina. Oh, I see it now.
And you also could swear you hear the fluttering of wings.
Oh, let me see. It is a goblin, so I'm not going to use a level 1 spell. So I'm going to cast Firebolt on it.
Okay.
Oh, good choice.
So you channel your magic and you fling the firebolt. The goblin's run, kind of feels the slight warmth, turns around, raises his shield, and the fire just hits the shield and fizzles. So that puts
Lily-
it back at the top.
Lily, it's up to you. Spirit's going to shout back. And Sigarko, sorry
Lily-
about that.
Yes, it's fine.
Don't worry, I'll clean you after this, okay?
Okay.
It's 5 squares. 6 to step in front of Spirit. Lily will cast Thorn Whip.
Okay. I believe that's a roll to hit.
Yes, it is.
You do not hit.
No, she doesn't.
You pull out the whip and you go to lash it, but it just cracks just short of the goblin, who in his panic continues to run.
Moon, I guess it's up to you.
Okay, Moon runs alongside the goblin, utilizing his own feline agility. And then in the distance, everyone can suddenly hear, oh no, it's bad! Run!
Did you hear that, Lily?
It's Pod Run.
Bad.
That's not comforting.
Moon, what's bad?
All you can see is his big shape running back towards you, and an arrow flying right past the goblin's head. It keeps running.
Well, shit.
Now let me just get something for you for a visualization.
Oh boy.
You see this coming towards you.
Ah, casual.
Oh, good. Polar bears. And a goblin war chariot.
They mean business up here, don't they? Cruising around with a cart.
Are we even ready for polar bears?
Say no, you're
Aye.
not.
No one is prepared for polar bears.
But things kind of happen.
Well, would you look at that?
Let's get back to it.
Nogber can't see anything, so he's just staring out into a blizzard.
I was not thinking I was going to have to use the polar bears.
This is not good.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Are they on a leash or harness?
Both of them are, yes. They are shackled onto the cart. And on top of the cart, you see 2 more goblins, and in the middle, one in heavier armor, who is waving a scimitar in the air saying, "Kill him! Kill him!"
So much for our cake run.
I wonder if they're friendly.
Okay, Nogberg is up.
Turn
Well,
off.
I guess he's gonna wander forward a bit because he doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, we have such things to show you.
This guy's
Still
wonderful.
can't-
Oh, hey guys, what's? Oh god.
Actually, I still can't see anything, so it's just moved forward and is like, what's going on?
Well, from there, you can see 3 dark, lumbering shapes heading towards you from the snow.
2 polar
Yeah.
bears and a goblin war chariot sled. I'll worry about the nomenclature later.
I guess he's gonna hold his action unless they approach a little bit more.
If you've got buffs, we're gonna need buffs.
Maybe we could calm the polar bears?
I did not prepare that spell.
Well, maybe I can try. I mean, I'm pretty good at calming things.
Bears are gonna eat you, Spirit. Don't do that.
Nogberg does have the spell Speak with Animal.
Oh,
You would be able to tell that the polar bears are hungry and angry and want to eat us.
or maybe tell if the polar bears, hate the goblins
They might.
and convince them to fight them instead. Who knows? You have to speak with them to know.
Oh, right now he can't see anything, so
Well, to be fair, Nogberg's hearing Lillian's spirit talk about polar bears, so if you move one up, you'll see it.
Okay, is Nogberg doing anything?
he's just holding his action until he can see.
Okay. You still hear faintly on the wind behind you shrill screaming as the flump continues to try to flee.
This
The
poor
poor
baby.
Zengarko is up.
Um,
You hear the
Zengarko.
roaring polar bears. You could hear the snow being thrust aside as they're barging through it back towards you.
This is more than I can tank, Zengarko.
I'm making my way there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That would be his movement there. He can double move.
That would be your action.
His movement, and you can't hold your action, right? For attack, if you move.
Correct.
you-
If you double move.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
your
you're-
dash action.
Yeah, because you're using your attack to do a second movement, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, but if I move and I hold my action until I can see an enemy,
What would your action be, though?
true. Zengarko will use some of his movement to kind of go, I guess, side Lily.
Hey,
I see what you mean.
Oh, that also
Maybe the-
means that we're at a disadvantage right now.
One
Sorry.
smelly dragon.
Yeah.
Spirit and Lily both kind of. It takes a second, but even with the wind, you're starting to catch a whiff, and you're just. Oh, it's bad.
Man, if I had time, I would help clean that up.
makes you feel better. They'll eat you last.
Does not make me feel better.
Shouldn't.
But it's any creature with disadvantage of 5 feet of Zengarko.
It's true.
Yeah.
Now, I had the polar bear move alongside the other one since they're together. so I'm just going to skip their turn.
All right.
Sarah is up. She sees the shadows of the polar bears, and she can see the faint flame light of inside the cart with the 3 goblins as they're charging towards you.
Gonna move up a bit. Well, that's certainly a fun situation. There's a goblin on top of the cart, right?
There are 3.
I'm gonna try to take a shot at one of them
Okay.
because I do have a bow.
Now, which one?
Oh no, thinking not the one in the armor, one of the other ones.
So just so you know, they do have partial cover, so their AC is a little higher.
Can you even see them where you are?
She is 5 feet closer than you are.
I don't even
Yeah,
know where these goblins are.
It's still in darkness for me. I can only see the polar bears.
Yeah, so I think you have to move up more.
They're about 45 feet away, so you can't really see them. I'll let you take the shot, but it will be at disadvantage, and they have higher armor. Or you
Can
can
I
shoot
move
a
up
bear.
a little bit more?
Yeah, you only moved a few feet.
So maybe over here?
Yeah, that should work.
What's that ground, by the way?
To your left,
Yeah.
that's the hawk.
Hawk's not, like, attacking me now that I'm near it, is it?
Nope, it's just flying around right now.
Okay.
It's about 20 feet in the air.
Do I still have disadvantage if I shoot the goblins now, or is the disadvantage now okay?
You don't have disadvantage, but they still have higher armor.
Okay. Let's make an attempt to shoot a goblin.
If you had advantage, you would have hit, but unfortunately, you don't hit.
It was worth a shot.
It was. The goblin inside, the leader, sees Sarah run up and take a shot. Reaches over, grabs his javelin, and he hucks it towards her. He gets an unnatural 20.
Ooh,
So-
20
so
to
I'm going-
hit.
A longbow, a two-handed weapon?
Longbow? Who used the longbow? Sarah?
Serafina.
I believe it is.
You'd have to sheath your sword, and you did
And
your
shield.
longbow. And shield.
Hey, just for argument's sake that I did.
Yeah.
I think the 20's gonna hit no matter what.
It
Yeah.
did. It did 2 damage.
Okay.
It's still a goblin.
All right.
The flump continues running away, screaming hysterically, and
I
disappears
feel
off the map.
really bad for that.
Well, if it's anything like your past spells, it will wear off and send them back home afterward.
I hope so. Everything has worn off in time.
Alright, so if we're gonna beat this thing, we have to take advantage of the fact that it can't turn on a dime. We can't stand in front of it. We have to kite it from the sides and get rid of the goblins on top.
Oh, I was gonna talk to the see if I could calm the polar bear.
I still don't know that's a winning idea, but
Sarah, you take
Yeah.
another 3 damage as another arrow comes flying out, this time from the cart.
Rude.
And you hear another grunt from the opposite side of the cart where Moon is. It sounds like he was hit too.
Are you okay?
Spirit is up.
Any answer from Moon?
I think he's too far to hear you in this weather with roaring bears.
How far away do you think the bears can hear me?
Say from within 20 feet, they'd hear you fine.
Okay. So I'm gonna move beside Lily.
that is right in the path of the charging bears.
It is.
We never said Spirit was smart. Spirit is this is the polar bears because they're on harness and stuff. They would be considered domesticated, wouldn't they?
Possibly.
All right. So my idea, and you can let me know if it's going to work or not, is I'm thinking of using animal handling to try to pacify one of the polar bears to our side.
I would let you try with disadvantage because they are currently running towards you, frothing at the mouth.
All right. Oh, I don't have an inspiration. All right, I'm also going to activate my Tides of Chaos.
Oh,
More flumps.
you can only hope.
All right. So Spirit's going to attempt to pacify. I'm just not rolling well today. 11.
Okay. You get the impression that the bears do not notice, but as you call upon the Tides of Chaos, you suddenly see this. It's almost like the sky parts for a second, and a gout of bright light shoots down hits Spirit. Lily, you're immediately blinded
Neat.
until your next turn. The goblin would be too, but he's dead.
But I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
It says any creature ends a turn within 5 feet of you is blinded until that next turn. But you're fine. You're just emitting a 30-foot glowing light right now.
So,
So I should actually add that. You have a torchlight.
Yay, I can see farther.
so Lily's blinded,
Lily is
Yeah.
blinded for being 5 feet from Spirit.
and also dealing with Angarka's stench.
Yes.
It's
Luckily,
a fun
you don't
turn.
do double disadvantage.
Oh,
Oh, I
just
can't-
before I end my
I can
turn,
taste it.
I'm gonna
Taste
take a
it.
I'm gonna take a few steps back because I had some movement left.
Okay.
Oh, at least you just got the stench.
Sorry, what did you do with the polar bears?
Animal handling. I tried to pacify them.
Did it work?
No. Spirit is really good with animals and really good at animal handling because of her charisma and all that. What? Oh, it's a wisdom one. But she's just not rolling well today. Today is just not her day.
I mean, it's not the flubs or whatever's day.
No.
The flumps really screwed you over. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, it's
Um,
entertaining, man. Like, we got bright lights, we got random screaming flumps. Like, what else do we need to do?
How much would you say a
If-
polar bear weighs?
So,
Five
question.
Maybe about a ton, over a few hundred pounds. I can actually look that up.
I'm going to. Because this is relevant.
How much does a polar bear weigh?
Oh, 450 kilograms if they're male.
And
It's
if they're female, it
700
could
pounds,
be-
roughly.
Yeah, and if they're female, 150, 250 kilograms.
Because I
I
was
can
thinking
see.
Sakaro might be able to levitate one of the bears. I don't think that's an option.
So I can see them now. Is it cool if I take an action?
You did say you were waiting. So let you do
Okay.
that before Sakaro goes.
I remember how much I moved. Nogberg's gonna take another step up. Oh, right. He can only see because of Silver's light. Or spirit, sorry.
Yes.
Herper derp. Okay, well.
Also, for the levitate, it's up to 500 pounds, so he could bring one up.
Polar bears on average weigh about 770 and higher.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at kilograms.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I suppose no offense to the polar bears, but one of the polar bears is gonna start hearing a weird Christmas music in their head.
We
It's
will
a
not
spell?
be enslaved by Santa and Coca-Cola.
It's a spell.
Can you link it? Oh, dissonant whisper. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Polar bears probably have like over 100 health, though.
No,
Let me
it's
know.
not that. They're not
Let me
that
know
bad.
if it saves.
So that's a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Bears are not famous for their wisdom saves.
This is true. Saving.
Unless they're smarter than the average bear. Wiser than
He
the
rolled a
average bear.
3.
Okay, so if he fails the save, he takes the full damage, but he also immediately has to use his reaction to move as far away as its speed allows from me. So
That is interesting.
Nice.
there.
Haha!
Okay.
Spirit did something good by giving us more vision.
There's actually something I
Yeah.
might be able to synergize with Sikaro.
Lily has been given more vision.
So Sikaro runs up
And Zangarko has been given the gift of stench.
and he gestures at the bear and then pivots slightly and casts magic missile. You see the missiles shoot in behind the bear and you hear the snapping of taut leather. The bear breaks off the cart
Interesting.
and Lily is up.
Right, Lily is in a bad way. 3 of her 5 senses just aren't working right now. She is going to make a pivot of what she believes to be about 15 to 20 degrees to aim at the war cart.
Okay.
She's going to read her spells. Oh, nope. That one requires sight. Oh,
But
no, these are all problems.
Will he still be
I can't see.
blinded though?
Until the end of her turn.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a problem here in that I can't see, and everything I do requires sight. Since I can't cast, I have to withdraw. She will stumble back out of the blinding stench, like so.
Is that her turn?
Ogbert is right behind Zangarko. He's taken a whiff of that.
Is that it, Lily?
Literally all she can do.
Luckily, it was only one turn.
The damage that was just done to the straps holding the bears in place. He tilts his head, looks at his blade, shrugs, and runs up. 5, 10, 15.
Moon?
And he attacks the leather straps holding the bear in place. And apparently misses them because he rolled a natural 1.
Oh
This
no.
is not going to end well.
You tried.
He takes a cunning action to disengage and runs 5 feet because that's all he has left. Let's move that card over so I can move. The goblin is up that was running away before. He takes a shot with his short bow towards Sikoro and hits him for 3 damage. Now the polar bear, who's still connected, kind of turns and looks at Moon, snarls, then looks forward and goes to pull the cart, but can only do so half the cart's normal speed. So it goes to about there. Let's move this guy over a bit. Nogberg is up.
Oh boy. Well, we're off to a start, I suppose. So the goblin leader starts hearing creepy music in his head.
Okay.
Santa Claus is coming to
Oh, sad
town.
roll.
And that is also a saving throw wisdom.
Yeah.
And a 12. He rolls a 10.
So he also has the same gotta flee if he can.
That's actually going to have a very interesting reaction on their turn. Anything else?
Screaming? Nope, well actually he's gonna move off to the side a little bit. Sorry, Zengarko.
Some screaming in the distance goes quiet as one of the flumps has disappeared from the map. He just got that far enough away.
Aw,
Zengarko is up.
it didn't time out.
So Zengarko is going to attempt to slash the reins on the one polar bear that's still pulling the war cart.
Okay.
So I just
Roll to attack. Yeah, that hits and cuts right through.
no, I have disadvantage.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. That does
Yeah.
not hit.
Doesn't hit, so Zengarko is going to give me 1 sec. And attempt to hit again.
Okay. Now
Does
that
it-
one actually does hit.
Alright.
I had 11 as the AC because it's literally just a leather strap.
Alright.
As Ngarko cuts through, the momentum of the cart is still hitting him and kind of pushing him aside. But you see, it snapped. The cart itself buckle forward as the bear breaks loose. It stops and it kind of looks around, almost like it's confused. Then turns and looks at you. Is that your turn?
Yeah, he'll get like he'll have his blade drawn, get in a stance, because he knows it's like if it charges at him, he's gonna hit it, but he's gonna face down the bear if he has to. Intentional.
So next up is the first polar bear on the left. When it was cut free, the cart kept going and it kind of budged it aside. The bear looks at it, you see it snarl, and it jump its front legs up and crash on the side of the cart. And it reaches in to the cart with its teeth, taking its multi-attack, its bite, which goes right in.
I remember it's at disadvantage right now because of Zengarko's stench.
It rolled a 21 and a 25.
Alright.
Bears, nature's killing
Five.
machines.
Yeah.
You see the bear's head rip right back out with the goblin's arm and part of its torso sticking in the cart until the bear pulls hard enough to rip the arm clean off.
He's been disarmed.
The goblin's dead body falls out of the cart.
The goblin has been disarmed.
And then the
good.
bear just takes a swipe at the cart itself. And it rips open the wall of the cart, exposing the other 2 goblins. It roars very angrily, and the 2 goblins are terrified.
So this is the one that's trying to get free, right? Because
This is the one that was freed by Sikoro.
Okay.
The other polar bear is at the top of the initiative order.
Alright.
So Sarah is up.
You are frick fucking awesome. It's gonna move over to the side of the bear and take a shot at the goblin on top of the cart.
The leader or the other one?
The other one.
Okay. A 12 unfortunately does not hit.
I think I have something I can use though.
Zengarko just used it. Action surge.
Yeah.
So you can do another.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another shot.
Unfortunately, you need a 15. So the first arrow flies right through the window, and the second one, the goblin ducks at the last second. It pops right in above him, going right through the kind of a high knot, top knot he had. The goblin leader is up. And I believe due to Dissonant Whispers, it has to run away?
Yep.
Okay.
far away from Nogberg because Nogberg's scary.
Okay, so him running triggers an attack of opportunity by the polar bears. And I mean both of them.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Disadvantage.
Yes, with disadvantage. So the first one, no, they both miss. One rolled an 11, one rolled a 9.
Did I get an attack and opportunity too?
F.
Yes, you could.
All right. Give me 1 sec. With disadvantage.
That one hits.
Huzzah!
Now the goblin's wearing a chain shirt and has a shield, but the fact he was turning away from you kind of nullified the latter, as Zangarko's blade carves right across his back. He stumbles and falls out of the cart, bloody and battered, and is limping away. It takes the dash action to get even further. The flump,
Does he have snowshoes?
I believe he does. Good point. Should be here. The remaining flump flees. Its incoherent screaming sounding off in the distance. The one remaining goblin that's still alive watches its leader run away. He goes, boss, no! And runs after them. And then further from them. And keeps running. That goblin is dead. Spirit is up. You see two polar bears now, torn free, are trying to rip the cart apart, looking for goblins.
Hawk
Monster's rotation.
Actually, no. I think Spirit's going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that goblin dead in front of Seraphina?
Yes.
Okay.
The one south of
You're also
west
going to
of her
cause
is still alive.
disadvantage to, you're going to blind Sikaro.
I believe it was just on the one turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
Oh
long
no,
am I?
I'm wrong. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of you is blinded until the end of its next turn.
Oh, okay. Then
He
I'll
would be
move-
blinded.
I'll move a step back.
You are still glowing.
I am a target. Sorry about that, Lily. She shouts behind.
Is everyone still alive?
Yeah, you should be able to see soon. So Spirit is gonna cast Sleep to attempt to put the polar bears asleep, so that once they're done with their goblin hunting, they don't churn on us.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll pretty well. They do have decent health pools.
Oh yeah, really high ones, right?
I wouldn't say
I'm
really high,
thinking-
but they are decent.
I'd put it somewhere between 35 and 70.
Mhm.
The max I could do, because I roll a 5d8.
I don't think you can do it then.
I would
Yeah.
say
sleeping.
with the 5d8, if you roll well, you'll knock out at least one of them. Because
Oh,
he
one of them's
took
hurt.
damage.
Yeah.
Isn't it the one that has, for the area, the one that has the lowest amount of health gets knocked out first?
Yes, correct.
So wouldn't that be Zangarko?
Ooh, fair point.
'Cause he's right near the
You'll either knock out
pillar.
Sarah or Zangarko, depending on how you aim it.
Yeah, that's the point, though. But if I aim it 20 feet out of the way, it should be okay. Because
Yeah.
it has a really good range. It's 90 feet range.
But also keep in mind, the way that it's triangulated, Moon is on the other side of the cart. You don't know where. And Moon is wounded.
It might be going down.
Do I see that goblin over there?
South of Sikaro?
Yeah.
Yes. It's within your beacon of light range. Like, your light beacon is shining beyond the 20 feet you'd normally be able to see in the storm. I should also point out, reflecting on the picture of the cart, there was a brazier in it. That thing's on fire.
The cart's on fire?
Yes. Because there was a big brazier in it, and the polar bears just collapsed one of the walls. Yeah, the thing's on fire.
This is a very casual situation.
Well, this happens all the time.
Wait, what does Tides of Chaos? Can I roll it?
Since something did happen, you do have it up again.
And I can't do a second level spell cast yet to make sleep stronger. I think Spirit is... Does she know a lot about polar bears living out in the wild?
I would say no, because you lived by the mountains.
So she wouldn't know if they get spooked easily or anything, right?
You would not know. But you could still try.
You know what? She's gonna hold her action to go after Sikaro just to see what he's doing.
Okay. Okay, Sikaro's going to keep it simple. He's just going to do a firebolt on the goblin to his south.
Nice.
And incinerates him. I swear, all the goblins either got frozen or incinerated.
Yeah.
Song of Fire
As
and
goblins
Ice.
are wont to do.
Okay, so that just leaves the polar bears, right?
There's 2 goblins running away, and the pet hawk.
Wait, there's a pet hog?
Hawk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The leader has a bird.
All right, so Spirit is actually going to try to she's going to do the animal handling again.
Okay, which one?
Which one's damaged?
The one south of Zengarko.
Okay, so the one that's not damaged.
Okay.
And she's going to attempt to kind of point where the goblin that is running went, because it looks like it wants to eat goblins right now.
Okay.
And she's going to activate Tides of Chaos,
Oh God, why are you doing this to yourself?
because
Yes, to herself.
17.
Just a second. Ooh, that's a high one.
We know Spirit just uses magic. She doesn't understand the ramifications.
Okay, Nogberg is gonna like this one. You are surrounded by faint ethereal music for the next minute.
Oh, nice. And a 17 on the animal handling check.
So you're gesturing wildly towards the bear. It looks away from the burning cart at you and drops down on its 4 legs, and it just stares at you. And you're pointing wildly. And it looks and kind of tilts so you can see around the cart, and you see it bare its teeth.
Found the goblin.
We
Hey,
found the
Lily is up.
spirit. Alright, the spots start to fade. The
Don't
air
worry,
no longer
Lily.
tastes like the color hate.
Don't worry, Lily. The bear's our friend now.
I look over. Is the bear our friend now?
They're both looking towards where the goblins are running. You get the impression the goblins did not treat them well.
Hmm.
In fact, in this light, you could probably see like lash marks in their fur, where the fur was ripped right out by like a scourge. And you can see they're actually a little gaunt. They were definitely not fed or treated well.
The one that Spirit's pointing at is the one that's still on the cart area.
Lily is going to take that dead goblin by the leg and use it as incentive for the bear to listen to her. The closest bear to her, the one that hasn't been damaged yet.
This one?
Essentially, going to feed the goblin to the bear to befriend it.
Okay, can I get an animal handling check with advantage? The best. The bear looks down at the goblin and looks at you, and then looks away back towards the ones that are running.
You know what? That's fair. I probably should have offered something better.
Do you have any bonus action or anything you want to do?
Maybe. I feel like some of these spells are bonus action.
Level 3 is coming soon.
Oh, here we go. Who looks rough?
Well, you
Oh.
you don't see Moon, but he looks rough. He's on the
You know
other
who probably
side of the
looks
cart.
rough? Seraphina probably looks rough.
I think she has full health.
No, she got hit.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well,
The
Victoria didn't
arrows.
lower her health.
Zengarko, are you hurt?
Oh,
Yeah, she was hit with a javelin and an arrow.
Yeah, I'm not doing too hot.
Alright, let's cast Healing Word as a bonus action on Seraphina.
thank you for the offer.
Seraphina?
Thanks, mate. You're the best.
Alright. Well,
So that's 7, right?
Yep.
So I'm back
Yeah,
up to 17.
please repay me by not standing between the angry bear and their targets.
Of course.
Moon sees the bear about to start running, and he runs away. Takes a short bow shot at the goblin, hits, and once again, right through the back of the leg, and he drops. That goblin is dead.
Man, these
The
guys
polar
really don't
bear-
have a.
The polar
Sorry.
bear next to Zengarko looks at him, kind of leans up to him, tilting its head, baring its teeth,
Gets
And
a
ba-
whiff.
backs away, looks around the cart, and runs. 5, 10,
Deal.
15, 20, 25. You probably,
polar
unless you roll
bear
really
friend.
bad.
Spirit waves after the polar bear. Goodbye, polar bear friend.
The bear chases after the goblin leader, taking a bite at it. The goblin just jumps at the last second, takes a slash. The goblin ducks at the last second, and is still running.
Oh, it's gonna be hard to outrun a polar bear.
Nogberg is up.
I mean, he's just gonna hold his action and watch this. Gonna hold to see if
Mhm.
the polar bears come for them.
Oh,
Okay.
Lily, you finished your turn next to me.
Is this still on?
Yes.
It's on for a minute. That's the whole fight.
Oh, okay. I could have not done that pretty easily.
Yes, I will let you move over.
Okay.
All right.
Zengarko is up.
So that polar bear is no longer attached.
Neither polar bear is tied to the cart anymore.
Yeah, and that one's gonna.
One's tore up, ripped into the front of it, and tried to kill the leader, and now is chasing him. The other ripped one out the wall and then caved in the wall, knocking over the brazier inside and setting the whole cart on fire.
All right. Zengarko's gonna try to move to see if he can find his friend Moon.
The bear is going to take an attack of opportunity.
That's fine. Disadvantage.
Does the 15 hit?
Let me look at my.
I don't think it does. I think you have
No,
like a 17.
I'm an
Wouldn't
18.
hit Lily.
Okay.
Yeah, if it wouldn't hit Lily, it's not gonna hit Zengarko.
So the bear takes a swing, then kind of catches a whiff at the last second, snorts and backs away, kind of gagging on the spot. But it's also that bear's turn.
25.
Zengarko, do you see Moon?
I do not.
Okay, the bear disengages from the cart and looks around angrily. It looks down
Bears
at
are
the
what?
goblin next to it, kind of just puts its paw on it, sees that it's dead, and teeth go right into the goblin. It starts eating.
Right next to Seraphina.
So Seraphina is probably getting a bit of blood splatter on her as this bear is ripping the goblin apart and eating it.
God, dude, keep your lunch to yourself, man.
You are up,
Sure.
Sarah.
Alright. What is there any goblins like close by?
There is the one being chased down by a polar bear and his pet hawk.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to the one being chased down
Okay.
and attack with my sword.
Okay.
With grease, I think. Wait a sec. Quick question. If I move
Sure.
myself here, would I be
You would
flanking?
technically be flanking and technically would get advantage.
Nice.
The bear is
Alright.
attacking him. So the goblin
Alright.
is running for your dear life. Seraphina skids in front of him, and the blade comes down, striking the goblin in the center of the forehead and rending right into it.
Oh no, I think that's a bad thing to do, Spirit Mothers.
That kills him.
Shit.
Seraphina, I think you just killed its prey.
Spirit is up.
Is no more goblins alive?
There are no more goblins. Just the fleeing hawk and 2 angry polar bears.
Okay, oh boy. Sikaro, any thoughts?
Blinded
Maybe-
by
Maybe
lights.
run?
She is going to attempt the sleep spell.
Uh-oh.
On which one?
I'm gonna move. I'm trying to look here, so I need 20 feet. What is it, a 20 feet cone?
I think it was a square, wasn't it?
Yeah. 20 within 20 feet of a point you choose.
Well, each bear is basically 10 feet by themselves. If you put it right in between them,
Mhm.
that should just get the 2 bears.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Alright, let's hope this is enough. Roll high. Ooh, that's probably not enough.
That is not enough.
Yeah.
The lowest one is 27. So you
Got
see the
that.
bear that's currently ripping apart the goblin next to you kind of looks a little groggy, but blinks and shakes it off and glances up at you.
Hi.
Spirit, everyone knows that bears don't get sleepy unless they eat turkey, not goblin.
Spirit is gonna be in a bad place, guys.
With how much damage these bears can do, yes. Yes, she is.
Is the bear blinded?
I think I have
It would
one.
be. Fair point. 5 feet.
Oh yeah, the bear's blinded right now. Yes.
Oh, you're like our own personal cattle prod.
I survive with wild magic. Which, by the way, I just cast another level 1 spells, but you could choose to not do it if you want.
Nah, I'm gonna do it. I've done it every other one, I might as well.
I'm not opposed to more flumps.
This might be
I
one.
am.
The flumps started this whole thing.
I think Seraphina might have accidentally got rid of Spirit's idea of letting the polar bear chase the goblin to death.
Interesting. Okay. the polar bear, Sicaro. Luckily, just the polar bear and Sicaro both have to do a wisdom save. Which is not intelligent. 7. That's a fail. And an 8. That's both failed.
For what?
What you just did.
What did I just do?
2, Sicaro, 8, polar bear. You cast confusion
Oh, shit.
on everyone within 10 feet of you. So Sicaro is confused and unable to do anything. His turn is nullified. And the polar bear has to randomly attack one creature within its reach. So that's basically you.
You can't see, so that's disadvantage.
Yes.
Also a killing machine, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lily is up.
Oh, Lily isn't sure what just happened, but she's a little worried that the bear seems to have turned on Spirit. Gonna cast Create Bonfire, which sounds lamer than it is. And I'm gonna put it in that square. So that 5-foot square is filled with a bonfire. Any creature in the bonfire space must succeed at a dex save or take 1d8. If you end your
What's the
turn
dex
in that
save?
same dex spell save is 14.
It succeeds. It rolled a 16.
Okay. Creature must also make the saving throw when it moves into the bonfire's face or the first time it ends its turn there. So if it wants to stay there and try to eat Spirit, it's going to maybe catch fire.
Oh, wait, hold on. I was holding my action if it turned on us.
Well, it hasn't yet.
We took a swipe at Silver, didn't it? Or sorry.
It's going
That's
to on
fair.
its turn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But since you can see the intent, I'll let you do it.
I don't have anything fancy. So
I mean-
Nogberg is gonna cast Minor Illusion and create another goblin.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's clever.
I was looking at presentation and thinking of doing like the smell of goblins, but I can't cast it too far, so
Okay, where are you going to put this goblin?
He's gonna have to move up a little bit, but he'll do that. He'll put it.
as far away as possible so we can sneak away from the polar bears.
Well, unfortunately, a minor illusion I'm casting. Yeah,
That one polar bear's confused, though.
At the yellow square?
yeah, around there, like this zone.
So it just sees a living goblin there.
Well, that polar bear doesn't see a living goblin because it's blinded by spirit. Confused.
Oh, shit.
The image of a goblin.
Okay, Lily is up.
My action remains unchanged. There is a bonfire on top of that bear.
That's right, that's okay.
It's a
then-
bear fire.
Oh, you still get your action, I thought, with concentration.
That was my action.
No.
Yeah, the action was to do the bonfire.
Oh,
The spell
To do
requires
the-
concentration. Yeah.
yeah, but I thought you can have more than one thing with concentration.
I can, but I use my healing word. That's the only bonus action I have.
Oh, okay.
Moon is creeping back north. He thinks stealthily, but he's leaving a blood trail from the multiple arrows sticking out of him, and he's trying to get around the bears. Now the bear with Sarah jumps on top of the goblin, unbeknownst to him it being dead, and spends his first attack ripping off one of its limbs, and then realizes it's dead and looks up at Sarah.
Sarah, you
I
killed
asked
its
one.
prey.
I asked one thing when I healed you. Don't
How much
get
health did you
involved.
have? How much health did you have, Victoria?
Victoria?
Didn't realize I was muted. 17. And I'm like, easy there, big guy.
It looks up at you, it stands up on its hind legs, and then it drops back down on all four with one paw coming down on you, knocks you right through your shield, and flattens you into the snow, doing 17 slashing damage.
Oh, fuck.
She's down.
I'm down.
I used my only healing spell, making her not dead.
The problem is you have neither of the other healers here. But Nogberg is up.
Oh, wait, Nogberg should be a healer.
He
If
actually
he has any
can.
spells left.
He has one.
Do
I have
bards
to touch.
prepare a spell?
Bards traditionally cast like sorcerers.
Okay.
But you can't. You gotta touch. So he's just gonna. Oh dang! We'll make cubes forever. Help. Admittedly, he's not gonna be able to heal her right now, just because of the situation.
You have a little bit. She has to do for saving throws.
Boy.
Oh, also, Bill, I put in the concentration, so as long as you cast another spell that doesn't require concentration, you don't have to drop the bonfire.
Correct.
Yeah, still need bonus actions though.
How
For,
aggressive
first-
are polar bears?
Yes.
Wait.
These ones were starved and beaten and want revenge.
We're not
need to start
revenge.
considering bringing their hit points to 0, guys.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to pacify them.
Let's see what I got.
Spirit has done her best in trying to pacify them.
The cart's still standing?
The cart is not be standing much longer.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what I have that I can.
Getting
do.
hot over here.
You have any cantrips?
Just
Is she
minor
swapping
illusion.
maybe?
Does your goblin illusion fall off by now, or does it keep going?
It doesn't seem to be concentration, and it says it lasts a minute.
Okay, so it's still there.
So you see, the goblin image is just chilling.
Wait, you can create another illusion.
Can you stack illusions?
I'd want to look at the spell for that.
Don't think so.
Well, it just doesn't require concentration. That's why I was like, that's weird.
They aren't very convincing illusions, is the thing.
They're just like an image, right? But I mean, at a first glance.
In order to have multiple illusions active at once, you'll need to use a different spell or have someone else cast minor illusion. It looks like you only have one.
Well, who does Nogberg have faith in?
I mean, Spirit has been doing a lot.
Does he
A
have
lot
faith
to cause
in her?
chaos.
I know.
Yeah.
Probably Sangarko is usually the one. Lily, maybe.
What are you thinking?
I mean, I can't do a whole lot, but I can do Bardic Inspiration.
I'm probably going to do a magic spell soon.
How far does it go?
Oops. I clicked that by accident.
He's going to give Bardic Inspiration to Zengarko. We hear a
Smelly ones.
cheery little Christmas tune from across the other side of this flaming cart.
Well, it sure fits the mood.
Have holly jolly Christmas.
Sangarko, the stinky samurai.
No worry, we'll use prestidigitation multiple times to clean them up. I think Sakaro has that too to help me out.
I just read a post from my brother here. I sent him a screenshot of what the battlefield looks like right now. He somehow knew and said, "That girl needs to stop casting, God damn it."
You're getting to see the flumps.
Oh, the flumps.
Hey,
I haven't seen those guys since first edition.
organized chaos is fun chaos.
Only if we survive, which is kind of a coin flip right now.
Yeah.
Hey, I think she's done more good than bad.
Well, it depends on what you do with the bears.
Stop bears.
I
Can't
think we're
bear another
gonna have
minute
to
of
down
this.
them.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh shit. Strategic withdrawal was an option, except that Seraphina's gonna get eaten.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Zenkarko's not gonna allow even a new ally to get beaten. So he's once Nogberg's turn's done, he is making his way to fight the polar bear.
oh yeah, sorry, Nogberg's turn's done. He's
So
It's inspired Zengarko. That's his turn.
so the inspiration, what does that do? Does that give me an advantage?
Oh, I'll click it. 1 second.
I believe right
It
now
is
you
actually
add a
D6.
D4,
You add a
D6 apparently.
yeah, and you can choose
Okay.
it for an ability, attack, or saving throw.
Oh, that would have been perfect for my sleep.
And you can. I don't think it counts for magic.
A
It's
sleep
an
roll
attack
is
roll.
a unique.
It's an attack roll.
But yeah, you can decide
It's
after you
different.
roll to use
I
it.
always thought it was considered an attack roll.
A firebolt is an attack roll. Sleep just happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like, for instance, Zenkarko's breath weapon, it happens. It's not an
Yes, it's an attack roll.
sleep?
No, your weapon.
You should maybe think about hitting that bear that's going to eat Seraphina, though.
I'm on it.
It's
Just
just-
running, coughing along the way. Or so Zenkarko's gonna attempt
I was thinking damage roll, not attack roll. Never
to
mind.
hit the polar bear.
Even with an 18, you hit.
So, can I add that to a damage roll, or it's just an attack roll?
Just the attack roll.
It's the attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so 11 slashing.
Okay, you rend into the bear's back leg, and you just hear a roar in pain.
I am sorry, but I will not allow you to take down our new ally.
No, he's done that. Just don't let the bear eat her.
Okay, so we're at the other polar bear that's near Spirit. Due to the spell, it is compelled to attack her with disadvantage.
Confused, blinded.
Rolled a natural
possibly
1 and a 13.
As Spirit's luck. Because she would have been down too, by the way.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
Seraphina's
He
17.
did 14 damage.
Yeah. Seraphina being
bear-
17 versus my 14 is weird.
No, she has 20 health in total, but she had 3 off.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
The bear is blinking, but it can't really see. It takes a swipe and just narrowly misses Spirit. And then its foot, as it's stepping forward, lands on the goblin. It looks down, like it knows its food is there, and it kind of bends down, bites, lifts the goblin, and kind of starts backing away off of the fire before he gets burned again.
He's cooking the
So you're getting the
goblin.
impression this one is trying to take its food and leave.
Oh, I would
Sarah,
shoot.
I need to roll a d20.
On
Death
it.
saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You have failed 1 death save.
All right.
Spirit is up.
We need to help Sarah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that would be enough.
So you see the polar bear, and you see this goblin just randomly standing there, staring in your big direction.
Okay. I think Spirit is gonna go up to this thing.
Polar bear?
Because the illusion goblin is not seeming to get its attention.
The goblins are dead. We can switch off the tribal battle music.
Okay. So Spirit is going to probably take a page from Lily's book, grab
Fine.
this goblin here, and offer it as a peace offering to the other polar bear, since she saw the other one run away with its prey, with an animal handling check, right?
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if it's gonna work though.
We will see.
The DC is a little higher than it otherwise would have been because he just got stabbed.
Yes. However, she is also going to activate her Tides of Chaos again.
Oh my god.
Oh
Yeah. Do you
no!
guys
You know
not
I have
understand?
to roll.
You don't have to. It says you can
I
choose
must.
to.
What happened?
Oh shit! It doesn't matter. Why?
That's some rancid goblin meat.
I'm trying, guys. I rolled an 8 with advantage. Oh my god.
I hope I'm out of the range of the meteor swarm.
Interesting. Very interesting, actually.
Is
Don't
it
know.
good?
I rolled a 69, which, again, nice.
Hot.
Each creature within 30 feet of you becomes invisible for the next minute. The invisibility ends when when it attacks or casts a spell. Everything just around Spirit, except for that one illusionary goblin, just disappears.
I think Nogberg and Lily might be outside the range.
Yeah, I think just outside.
At the 30-foot mark. So Nogberg's invisible too.
Lily is outside. So everything goes visible except Lily. Well, that's it
Pretty
then.
much.
She's killed all of them.
Pretty much.
Well, it's you and the goblin, right?
Sekiro is very confused.
Ooh, that means Seraphina disappeared, so now food is gone.
Are you all dead?
Oh, I
No.
don't think so.
Sekiro is going
Okay,
to
just invisible.
look at his hands and realize, I'm invisible. I can run away! And
You see these
Promptly
footprints
does
in the
that.
snow?
Oh,
he
is
probably
Moon?
does.
Is Moon?
Moon is too far.
Aw.
And he holds a magic missile in case anything comes running towards him that he can see. Lily is up, but sees nothing. Except
Including the bear.
for footprints in the snow, that's it.
Oh, damn. Moon, is that you? Are you okay?
You see him with 2 arrows sticking out of his body, and he's half staggering, almost at a crawl through the snow, leaving a blood trail behind him. No,
I've got a bit of
definitely
healing.
not okay.
Got a little bit of healing left, but it's gonna have to wait. Everyone's invisible. I can't do anything to help.
I think the halfling's dead. Are you gonna take any action?
I'm actually just gonna double move to Moon, since I don't know what's going on. I got you, buddy.
Now Moon is going to continue trying to get away. So he's gonna kind of stagger. Now this, I need to make a roll to determine what the bear is gonna do.
That's fair. It's probably very confused.
Okay.
I'm confused.
The
No, I did-
bear cannot make out anything around it, but its foot is still on the goblin leader. But he can't see it. You can see its foot is sticking out of the snow where it should be. It's confused. It's frustrated. It dashes away from the fire. And moving 80, it goes right off the map. Zangarko technically had his attack of opportunity if he wants to take it.
Could he see it though?
Invisible opponent. No.
You can see its paws. You can attack with disadvantage.
He
that
already
would-
has disadvantage.
In the
True.
name of an.
It
in the
might
name
be
of
best to
another
let him
famous,
go.
In the name of another famous Icewind, let it go.
Yeah, he would let the bear go and try to stumble his way through to try to find Seraphina.
Yeah, you
How
can
long does the illusion last?
I believe it lasts a minute or until someone takes an action.
So the Garko's action would be
Double check. 30 feet for the next minute, yeah.
fine. He would lift if he knows where Seraphina sees body.
I would do a
Pick up.
perception check
Alright.
just to make sure if you figure out if either it's the goblin or Sarah, they're the same size.
Also, there's blood on the ground.
Zangarka runs onto the field and he can immediately tell. There she is. You scoop up the body. Where do you go?
Go to the healer.
Even with the disadvantage?
Yeah.
Alright. So Zagarko's gonna run with Seraphina to...
Towards Lily.
Yes.
Okay, so make your move.
He can see Lily!
Yeah.
Actually, he can't, because Lily's off his reign of sight.
Okay.
Lily, where are you?
I'm over here.
The sound is coming from this direction.
Alright. Picks up, goes to Lily.
Where the hell are you?
Ah,
I knew it!
You are totally carrying Seraphina. Because
Exactly.
Oh,
Because Zangarko took
Seraphina
an
was good as-
action, he becomes uninvisible, right?
Yes, Zangarko appeared because he took an action.
Realize
But Sarah, unfortunately, is still unconscious and made no move. We missed Nogberg, so Nogberg, what's your turn?
Nogberg is mostly just confused, so he's just gonna stay put.
Okay, just holding your action or doing nothing?
He's just, I guess he would hold his action as he tries to understand what the heck's going on.
This bear continues to pull his food away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. Sarah, I need you to roll another d20.
Alright, let's do this thing. Oh my god.
Please don't be a 1. Please don't be a 1. Oh, thank God.
That's a pass. So you got one fail, one success.
Okay.
Whew.
Don't worry, Lily and Zangarko are about to save you. Spirit is up.
So, do I see Zangarko?
You see Zangarko carrying an invisible form over to Lily, yes.
Spirit's like, I remember there was 2 bodies there.
There were 3.
Maybe I should double check. And she's gonna move up and feel around.
You know, to say.
As
it
you're
was gonna
feeling,
double-
you do feel, you feel a body and you can kind of see a divot nearby. There's another one.
Where's the second body?
There's one here and there's one here.
So
I would do a perception check. Okay, so
It's
you
much
go
better.
through you're going through, you're feeling. And on one of them, you kind of feel big ears. You're like, oh, that's definitely not it. And you keep moving on, you're moving on, and you start feeling, oh, that. I know that face. That's her.
Hey,
You found
so
Sarah.
I'm going to carry.
you- So you blink, you look up at Zangarko, and you're like, wait, what?
Zangarko, feel the ears.
what?
And she's going to carry Seraphina.
Can she even carry? What's her strength?
Seraphina's small, remember?
She's wearing armor though, and a shield.
Her armor probably wears more than she does.
It's leather she's wearing, remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
Sarah's
right, never mind.
light and wears
Yeah.
light armor.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's gonna, Spirit's going to actually carry it back. So that would have been 2 movement. 1, 2, 1, 2. So 3. Yeah, so it'd be right here she would make it.
Can you move your full movement while dragging body?
I don't think so.
Depends on encumbrance.
Yeah, we'll let it go this time. Sarah's light.
Yeah.
I'll double check the rule later.
I will just say I was dragging her anyways.
Okay.
Sorry about this cold snow, Seraphina.
Sakaro watches the bear waltzing away with his meat. Looks over the other bear running away, heaves a sigh of relief, and just flops down in the snow, breathing heavily.
Spirit's gonna also shout, "Hey, Nogberg, are you around here?" At the end of her turn.
Oh, yeah. He's just gonna jump up and down.
Nogberg reappears.
And Spirit, oh yeah, because you held your action. Spirit kind of like points to an invisible body. Can you help Seraphina?
Suppose he's gonna just trundle over. Can I see the body at this point?
Well, she's technically not made any actions, and it takes a minute. But on that note, Sarah, can I get another roll? Because we're out of combat. About 6 seconds has passed.
Please don't be a 1. Please don't be a 1.
Oh, yeah, that would suck. Please be a 20, actually.
Yeah, 20 would be good.
New and mean you get up.
Yep.
Guys, here we go.
12
thank
again.
God.
12's are good.
That's 2
Whew.
successes.
Yep.
Wait, Lily can do healing as a cantrip, right?
No.
Oh,
Lily's got to use the same trick she used in our first fight right now. She's going to start cramming good berries down people's throats.
I think the fight's over because the polar bears are gone.
Polar bears have retreated off the map. One with food, one just dragging its butt.
Let's hope we don't get into any more fights until our next long rest, because Nogber can't do any spells anymore.
Can
Low
Nogberg heal?
levels.
He can.
Hey!
Okay, Sarah is no longer dead. Thank God.
Sarah, are you okay?
Did we win?
Spirit looks around at the battlefield.
The cart around this time just collapses on itself.
Don't see any sign of the polar bears coming back, does she?
Nope.
Sees the bodies probably starting to reappear because the minute probably is up soon.
Now, does Lily on the other side of the cart try to feed unconscious Sarah?
It depends how quickly that happens over there and how loud they are.
Well, you also have the cart on between you, and the cart just collapsed. And you have a blizzard, so a lot of things are impeding your hearing.
I think the first problem we got to run into is finding the mouth, and that's going to kind of be a giveaway.
See, I feel like you should do a perception roll with disadvantage
That's
since
fair.
they're invisible.
Like, well,
And
Seraphina.
disadvantage. Oh wait, it's just attack rolls, right? No, wait, it's
Well,
any
if
action?
he's touching the goblin, is it more investigation?
Fair
Perception
point.
work.
Would it be investigation?
Yeah, it
for
would be
Zengarko?
investigation because you're physically touching.
That's too bad. That was a good roll.
Well, I think you could just keep the 12 and just add the investigation stuff.
Disadvantage.
It's totally Seraphina.
You want me to
about
roll
the same
investigation?
size,
We keep
right?
the 12.
You still have
Investigation
your
would be
bardic
better.
inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Same roll anyways.
Still a 15. So you Sarah, you kind of feel. Oh, your armor feels kind of different. It kind of feels like chainmail. Oh, whatever. You move up. Chin feels kind of. Are those fangs? I realized she was vicious little thing, but I didn't realize she was. Wait a minute. You slap it. The illusion falls off. Goblin.
Ah!
It's funny.
Zengarko, I'm afraid we've lost this patient.
Guys.
Hold up.
Guys, are you okay over there?
But it's a moon that needs your assistance.
All right, huddle up. Huddle up, everyone, by the fire.
Moon, are you okay? Spirit runs up.
You can see he
Moon
has
is
2
not
arrows
okay.
sticking into his chest, and he has blood coming down from his mouth.
Guys, we need help, Moon.
I've been better. I can't lie.
Everyone who needs healing or food for the day, huddle up, and I will cast Goodberry. For those who have never seen Lily actually do it before, she takes a sprig of mistletoe. She kind of dangles it above her head, shakes it, and some magic pixie dust kind of happens, and 10 berries fall into her hand.
I don't think I have much of an appetite.
Yes, but you still need to eat, and it's 1 berry.
Moon is just laying in the snow in a puddle of his own blood, just like,
Today was not a very good day.
Right.
Spirit is going to take the berry and hand it to Moon.
Everyone gets 1 berry. It counts as your meal for the day. Anyone who's missing additional hit points, let me know, and I will give you extra berries.
now, Moon does have 2 arrows sticking out of his chest. So even if he heals, this is still not going to end well if he has 2 arrows in his chest. Does anyone want to extract them?
Medicine check. I am totally good at that. As I shake my head no.
I
Garko will
dabble, but I'm not trained.
Garko will attempt to try. Disadvantage.
All right.
Why would you do that?
Okay.
Why?
Only still. Or did you use the bardic inspiration already?
Oh
No,
I
Did
didn't.
you?
No,
Oh.
use it. Use it.
Okay,
Alright.
roll.
Lily's,
A D6.
Lily's got a +4 and not disadvantage.
Too late. Okay, 14.
That's probably okay to stabilize, right?
Well, he's not dead, so you don't need to stabilize. But he didn't take damage as you ripped out the first arrow.
Lily, why don't you rip out the second one?
All you hear is
But
like,
I-
Lily looks up and you see Stungarko holding an arrow and Moon just writhing on the ground.
I'm sorry. It has to come out.
Spirit's gonna go up to Zengarko. Can you step back, Zengarko? Like right over here?
out of the stink area.
Yeah, right. Come down one. I'll start getting rid of that stink. Come on.
But, Moon needs the arrows removed.
Lily's got this. We need to get rid
Yes,
of
she
that
does.
smell. So what Spirit is doing while Lily is making an amazing medicine roll is she is casting prestidigitation to remove 1 foot of the stink from Zengarko.
Okay. So I'm assuming
So-
she's gonna do that a few times.
Yeah, it's going to take her a little bit, but right now we don't have a place for Zengarko to have a bath, so. And it's a cantrip, so.
Lily, with a calm demeanor,
And he's
has Moon bite down on something, maybe her staff, distracts him, and then rather surgically extracts the arrow.
I
There's no-
have to say, even if I was out for a few seconds, that was awesome. Polar bears are magnificent creatures.
Oof.
Nogger just blinks at that statement, not sure what to make of it.
Spirit's not really going to react much because she's too busy casting prestidigitation to get the stink off of Zengarko.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's got
6.
cold resistance. Could we not just like dump some of the melting snow?
Lily is going to give 2 extra berries to Moon, 1 to Seraphina. They will heal them for 1 HP per berry consumed. All right, Moon, take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Spirit's going to give up her good berry for Moon, too.
It's your food for the day.
I have food.
Okay.
Puts Moon up to 9. So he's alive.
Any more arrows?
Huh.
That was fun. We should all do that again soon.
Oh,
No.
definitely not.
You're on the ground. Or not.
Also, by the way, I present to you not a stinky dragonborn.
Gonna take a whiff of the air. I know you tried. It's like Febrezing a cat.
Wait, but I
It's
mean,
got
aren't the
some
other
spice.
goblins still stinky?
Yes. But they're back on the cart that you have to take back to town.
Ah,
Kuro, did you burn through all your magic just now?
I'm actually all right. I have 2 spells left.
Is one of them the floating disc?
Both
AKA
of them,
really?
actually.
Fantastic.
Not sure if it'll make it the whole way, but here's hoping.
You can try.
At least we didn't run into the Yeti.
Is that
Miracle!
sled up with
Looks at Lily, like not Lily. He looks at Spirit, like, why
Why?
would you say that?
Say what?
I.
I'm confused. Oh,
Oh.
I thought I saw something there.
There is a lot of meat and hungry scavengers. We need to not be here anymore.
I agree.
Let's go.
We got the cart.
Oh.
Let's bring it back to the town.
Is the cart with the ingots I'm guessing there's only 2 carts, not
There's
3
the
like the
goblin.
map is showing?
There's the big cart, which is the goblin transport that the leader was riding in, and then there is the cart full of the ingots. Well, it's a sled. There's a cart and a sled.
Okay, well, we've got a sled, and I believe it's not on fire. Have a look at this.
You'll notice that half the sled is frozen into the ground with 3 frozen goblins attached to it.
Alright, this wouldn't normally be a problem, but I am a problem solver. Lily casts Destroy Water,
That would do it.
and she will take out all of the snow and ice within a 30-foot cube.
That would do it.
Prepare
So-
this one, thinking this is exactly what would happen today.
Now, I think just because it is 12:30 at night that we should cut it here. Then we'll do the journey back and what goes beyond next week.
Okay, that concludes today's presentation. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in. If you would like to support us, please check us out at Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Thank you.